And we should be live. Hello, everybody. I'm here with Wedgehead or Steven from Get Wrecked.
Hello. I am live. I am alive.
That's good. I hope everybody in chat's alive too. We're having a good time. Here, I'm setting up some notifications. Give me a sec here. All right, that should be sufficient. I'll post a tweet as well.
Let's do one last little bit of housekeeping. If you hover over one of your cards and hold Alt.
Yeah. It zooms in, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then go ahead and zoom it up all the way.
Yep.
Okay, so now whenever you hold Alt over something, it will be nice and big for the stream there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome, everybody.
Welcome, welcome. We are spirits trying to protect our island. And you all in the chat are our friendly observer gods.
Yeah. You don't really do anything. You just observe.
Yes. You are neutral parties. Let me talk a little bit about this game. This is a game developed by Eric Royce, who is a computer programmer turned game designer. This is a game that kind of spawned out of the notion of there are a lot of games in the ecosystem, both board and video, where you are in a way invaders of a land. You kind of put yourself onto the board and populate it. And specifically, Eric Royce talked about how in Settlers of Catan, you would kind of go out into a newly formed land and take all the resources, and that's how you won the game. And from that idea, he thought about, what if you were the opposite? What if you were the island and not the invaders? In this case, Dawn and I are both spirits protecting our island from those invaders. You don't get the full sense of one of the things that I think is really cool about this game from the digital version. But if Dawn, if you go ahead and zoom in on the board a little bit.
Yeah.
You'll notice that there are a couple different colored pieces. So in the real game, the little mushroom-looking pieces there that are called the Dahan, those are the natural citizens of the land, and they are actually, on the board game, made out of wood. The white pieces are the invaders, and all of the invader pieces are plastic. So everything that is on the side of good is made out of natural material in the board game, and everything that is on the side of bad is made out of blighting material like plastic. Kind of interesting. So I just wanted to note that because it's not something that we'll really get a sense of with the digital version, but it is a really cool little thematic touch.
Ecological.
That's right. So you can see this is our wonderful island. It's made up of two boards split in the center by this dividing line. We are each going to start on one board, although we are not contained to our individual board. This is a cooperative game. So Dawn and I are both spirits working together to remove the invaders from our lands. The way that the game works is we will go through a series of turns, or I guess I should say a series of rounds, where each round is made up of different turns or phases. We'll start by growing our spirits, becoming stronger, then playing powers that happen quickly. So our spirits will do things fast. The invaders will then take a turn in which they first ravage land that they're already on, potentially creating blight to the land. They'll then build on land that they've explored, and they'll also explore new land. We'll then play our slow powers. Those are the ones that really require a lot of time to kind of build up and utilize and attack with. And then time will pass. Some nebulous amount of time will pass. And the game will continue on like this while Dawn and I continue to fight back invaders, cause them to become fearful of us, and eventually, hopefully, drive them off of our land in some way. So the thematic definitions aside, I want to talk a little bit about mechanically what all that means. If we move over, Dawn, to the board on the left, over where I am over here. So you'll see this stack here is a whole bunch of cards. These cards represent the fear that we provide as we do things to the invaders. And every time we generate enough fear, in this case we have to generate 8 fear, represented by this, we get a new card. As we work through this deck, our victory condition will actually change. So to start, and I'll tell you it's very hard to do, it probably won't happen, we have to destroy all the invaders. They can have no explorers, no towns, and no cities on the board. Probably won't happen. But you'll notice in the fear deck, in each separation of 3 cards, there's a little divider. So after we get 3 fear cards, then we just have to destroy their towns and cities. Once we get another 3 fear cards, we just have to destroy their cities. And finally, if we get all the way through the fear deck, we win instantly. So over time, our path to victory will change and become a little easier as we make them more fearful of us. How can they win? Well, one way that they can win is if they provide enough blight onto the land. So if they blight the land enough, if they get through this stack of blight, we can lose that way. They do that by attacking the land. If they ever do 2 or more damage to a land, they'll create some blight, which is very bad for us. And blight also works a little bit like pandemic, if people watching are familiar. If a land already has blight on it and they blight it again, what'll happen is that land will now have 2 blight, and 1 blight will cascade onto a land that's surrounding it. So we have to be very mindful of managing our blight, or else it could spread very rapidly. The other way that we could potentially lose is there's this deck of cards, which are the cards that represent the invaders exploring. If we get all the way through this deck, we need to draw a new card. If there's no card there, we've run out of time. And they've outlasted us. So let's start by talking about our spirits. So both Dawn and I are different spirits. I'll start with me. I'm the vital strength of Earth. You can see I'm a big, lumbering rock golem. A spirit of great and unhurried power. The life that Earth yields up to its roots, the ground supporting the life that lives upon it. The patience of seasons and of stone. It is not usually a direct benefactor of the Dahan. The Dahan are the natural citizens of the land. Rather than giving blessing, it prefers to work in concert with them, lending power to joint undertakings. Currently, it is trying to rouse itself to fight against the invaders, but this swift and direct action runs somewhat counter to its nature. I'm a big, lumbering, slow earth spirit. My name is the vital strength of the earth. Talk a little bit about my playstyle. So I'm powerful but slow. I have potent power cards, which are the ways that we actually represent us doing things. We have a hand of cards that are our powers, and an excellent energy income. That's the income that we use to pay for the powers. But starts with only 1 card play per turn, so I won't be playing many cards to start with. And growth is limited to adding 1 presence per turn, and our presence is the representation of our spirit on the island. I'll show you what all that means as we go along. So you'll see in my little histogram here, I'm all defense, baby. Defense. Defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's me.
you're well defended being a large clump of boulders.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
difficult to.
Can't shatter this rock. I'm rock hard. Anyway, so setup. Let's do that real quick while we're looking at it, and then I'll move on to your spirit. So I'm putting 3 of my presents on the board, on my board, which I will say is the bottom board, board D. So 2 of my presents go in the highest numbered mountain. That would be over here, mountain number 8. And then I also get 1 presence in the highest numbered jungle. And actually, just quickly, I took that presence from the wrong spot. So let me just correct that real quick. So this
So
present
these
would
are
go
these are
here.
like biomes.
These are biomes. Yeah, I'll talk about each of them here. 1 in the highest numbered jungle, which would be number 6 for me. So the green are the jungle. These are the sands. These are the mountains. These are the wetlands. And this is the ocean. As invaders explore, they can explore out of cities and towns, and they can explore from the ocean. You can see they have a little boat out there.
Yeah.
Okay, so your spirit, you are Lightning Swift Strike. The child of a passing storm spirit, Lightning Swift Strike danced off the shores of the island many ages ago and liked it enough to stay. It spends much of its time resting and quiet, waking up to dance through the sky when the winds blow strong. It only concerns itself occasionally with the Dahan, usually appearing out of nowhere to send them off on some obscure errand. The Dahan cooperate, partly out of a wary's respect for Lightning's power, but also as much for the sake of the Thunder Speaker, Lightning's child, who is a patron and ally of their people. So you are all offense to start with. Without a more defensive teammate, and luckily I am a more defensive teammate, Blight may become a problem. Excellent at destroying buildings, less good at containing explorers. So you can see in your little histogram there, you are all offense. So we are the opposite of each other.
Good. Okay.
But that will be good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you go ahead and put your 2 starting presents, that's these presents up here, on your highest numbered sands. So you are board A. So that means your presents come here
7.
onto
Yeah.
number 7.
Okay.
Okay, so we can go ahead and flip our boards. And then once you flip it, if you also want to press L to lock it down, and then you can move your little presents back onto your board.
So they go.
They go into the tracks here.
Okay. Like that.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's quickly just talk about the front side of your board. So there's 3 sections. The top section is growth. So at the start of every turn, when we are in the spirit phase, we're going to pick one of these 3 options. And to start, as some example turns, I'm actually going to have us go from right to left. So we'll do that for the first 3 rounds just to make it a little cleaner. Then in the middle, you have your presence. So the first track is your energy per turn. Whatever number is showing furthest to the right is how much energy you would get every turn. So right now you only get 1 energy per turn, but you could get as many as 2, then 3, then 4, then 5. So as you take presence off of your board and put it onto the land, you'll uncover things on your track.
Okay.
And then your second track is your card plays. So you can see you start with 2 card plays, but you could go all the way up to 6. You have a passive ability that's under your name over here, Lightning Swift Strike. So your special ability, also why I think this spirit is actually the easiest to play. So really good beginner spirit. For every air element you have, you can use 1 turtle, which is a slow power. So you can use 1 slow power as if it were a fast power. So where I have to really be thinking about what cards do I want to play fast or slow, and again, as a reminder, we go fast powers, then the invaders take a turn, then slow powers. You can be incredibly flexible. You can make all your slow powers fast. You can choose to keep them to happen after the invaders go, etc. So you can be very flexible and not have to worry too much about when to play things fast or slow. And then finally, you have your innate power, Thundering Destruction. So I'll talk about these little icons here because these will also happen on your card. So the first thing will always be the speed. So in this case, naturally it's slow speed, but again, you could theoretically make it fast. It's one away where you have a sacred site. The sacred site is a land where you have 2 or more presence, so you actually start with 1. So if we go back to the board, you can see it's actually denoted. So your 7 land has a sacred site that's this looking, flowery looking thing here. So in a land 1 away from where you have a sacred site, you can target any land. If you've generated 3 fire and 2 air, you can destroy a town, then a city, then also another one and another one as you go up.
Depending on how much of each of these I generate.
Yes.
Okay.
So let's talk about how you might generate them. If we go down to your hand. So in your hand, your cards, you can see have the same symbols in the middle. Your speed, your range, and the target land. So all of that is the same. You have your card effect here. So let's look at Shatter Homesteads as an example. It is a slow by default power, 2 away from where you have a sacred site. Targeting any land, you first generate a fear. And again, we need to generate 8 fear to get a card. And then you can destroy a town.
Okay, so that's the fear icon right there.
That is the fear icon, yeah.
Okay.
It's like a screaming mouth.
Yeah, I wouldn't have noticed it as that, but now I see it. It also's got
Yeah.
like a skull and crossbones sort of thing going on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
In the upper left, you can see a number and a color. The color just is another indicator of the speed. So blue is a slow power, red is a fast power. And the number is the amount of energy you have to pay to be able to play the card. And then you can see on the side, you have your elements. So playing cards is how you generate elements. So Shatter Homestead generates a fire and an air.
Fire and air.
And elements aren't consumed. So you play cards, and then everything that needs the elements just checks if you have enough. It doesn't take them away.
Got it, yep.
So we can talk a little bit about your cards. So that's Shatter Homesteads. Raging Storms costs 3. 1 away from any place you have presence. You can do 1 damage to everybody there.
When it says range, that's within that amount?
Within, yeah. 0 to 1. Yep. Lightning's Boon is one that actually targets me, or you could also target yourself, but it's more beneficial when you target me. Target spirit can use 2 slow powers as if they were fast. So because you can already naturally do that to yourself, you can make my powers fast.
Yeah.
And then finally, Harbingers of the Lightning. It's a 0 cost card, range 1 away. You can push up to 2 Dahan. I'll talk about push and gather here as a final
that
rule
icon
thing,
is Dahan.
That's the Dahan, yeah, little mushroom hut.
Okay.
Push up to 2 Dahan, and then you get a fear if you push the Dahan into a land that has a town or a city. So for a final rule thing, let's just talk about push and gather. I'll use this as an example, this land. Okay, so when you push, you target a land. So let's say I target land 7 where there are Dahan. If I'm going to push 2 Dahan, I can now bring these Dahan into any adjacent land. So I can push this one here, and I can push this one here.
Yeah.
If you gather, you're doing the opposite.
You're bringing Dahan.
So if I'm gathering 2 Dahan, I could target this land, and I can bring them from any adjacent land. I could bring 1 from here and 1 from here.
I'm sorry. So you're picking a land to gather them in, and
Right.
then anything adjacent to it, they can come. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yes, they can come from. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. So then last thing is we'll just quickly talk about my cards too. So again, I'm very slow. All my cards pretty much cost 3. You can see that here. So I first have guard the healing land. I can remove a blight. That's what that symbol is. And defend 4. Defend is how we protect against an attack. with this card, I can have invaders skip all actions. Can be very good. Basically, they take a turn off. With this card, I have to target a land that has Dahan in it. I do 2 damage, and if there are at least 3 Dahan there, I do another 3 damage and 2 fear. And then finally, with this card, I can gather up to 2 explorers, and then also gather up to 2 Dahan.
And the explorers are the invaders.
Yeah, any white piece is considered an invader,
including the
so
city.
that is explorer, town, and city.
Okay. Yep. All right.
And just as a point of reference, explorers have 1 health, cities have 2 health, and towns have 2 health and cities have 3 health. And actually, you can see that on the piece itself. So you'll notice the town has 2 little buildings, the city has 3 little buildings.
2
and the
damage,
explorer
3
and the
damage.
explorer is a single person. Yes, and this requires 3 damage to take down, and this requires 2. The Dahan have 2 health and do 2 damage.
2 health, 2 damage. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Honestly,
so
I got most of that.
Yeah, it's a lot, but it's also co-op, so we're gonna work through it together. The only other thing I wanted to talk about with my spirit. So my special ability is if I have a sacred site somewhere, I am automatically defending 3 there. So that's how I become very defensive.
So that's
I
like
kinda set myself up in a land, and then I'm defending there.
So that when it says defend 3 or attack or whatever, it means that's the amount of like damage points you're defending. Right. So you're defending against 3 damage points, which would be null. And then I assume if you took 4 damage, for example, it would equate to 1 if you were defending 3. So that's
correct.
And then one other question that I have is the number, the cost. What is that cost in? Is it in energy?
Energy, yes.
Okay. All right, cool. Yep. Then I think I get enough for us to start, especially if you go first.
Okay. Perfect.
Chat, so that was a lot to take in. I hope that if you were listening intently and you understood, but hopefully you can also gain by watching us actually play it.
Yeah, and chat, we'll over-explain stuff for sure, but also if you have any questions, please let us know. I'm by no means am I an expert in this game, but I have played quite a lot of it, so I should have a pretty good sense of any questions that come up. Okay. Technically, we play simultaneously, but we'll kind of take pseudo turns as we go through. So the very first thing that we do is we go into the spirit phase. In the spirit phase, the first thing that we do is we select a growth option. So as I mentioned, I'm actually going to have us go from right to left. So on your board, you're going to take the first growth option, which I think for us is kind of similar. The first thing that we're doing is we're going to add a presence from one of your tracks, one away from where you already have one. So I'm kind of big and lumbering, and I really want to get to more card plays quickly. So I'm going to take from my bottom track, and now I can put it one away from where I have one. Oh, wait, one last thing that we have to do. Let me put that back. Is there is an initial explorer that happens. So an explorer goes into the sands here, coming out of the town. Go into the sands here, coming out of this city. They go into the sands here, again coming out of the city from the wetlands. And they go into the sands where you are, coming from this town. Okay, so that was the first thing to start. Okay, so I'm going to take from my bottom board, and I am going to put this, I think I'm going to go ahead and put this in my town, in the space here, so I can start setting up and defending. And then I gain 2 energy from my growth option.
Why do you want, what does presence being in a land do for you?
So presence is what is dictating your range. So presence represents kind of our spirit on the board.
Yeah.
So when you have something that's like range 1, that means 1 away from any presence that you have. So you want to get presence out onto the board to be able to reach more areas of the island.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so you have a very similar growth option. So you're taking one presence from either track.
I'm just gonna go energy.
Okay. And now you're putting it one away from where you have one. So you probably want to put it in this
Right,
wet
because it
lane.
has the most reach
Yeah, and it reaches this space, which is
with
going
an
to
explore.
start becoming a problem.
Okay, yep.
And then from this growth option, you go ahead and get 3 energy.
So how do I do that?
There's a tracker here.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. The next thing that we do is we get our energy per turn. So for you, it's still 1.
So now I'm getting another energy.
Yep, you're getting another.
Okay.
And then I get 2.
Okay.
Okay, and now we go ahead and play cards. So I can still only play 1 card. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play my. Well, actually, I think I'll play this card, which allows me to both gather explorers and gather Dahan. So when I put it up here, oh wait, I forgot actually. Can you go ahead and bring this down 1?
Why is that?
Because there's actually, if you click gain, and I need to bring mine down 2. If you click gain, it will automatically give you your current energy per turn. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so now that I have a card out, I can click pay, and it pays for it.
Oh,
And
nice. That's great.
I can only play 1 card, so that's my card this turn.
So this is, you can do these actions in a range of 1.
Yep.
Any target land. What is the speed? Does this factor in yet?
It does, because we just have to think about like strategically when we want our cards to be played. So this is a slow power. So if we come back up to this board over on the left here, so you see we're doing this now.
Yeah.
Then fast powers go. Then the invaders are going to do stuff.
And then our
Then
slow
slow
power.
powers.
Okay, but we play call, but we pay
But
for the
everything
cards
is
in this
played
turn.
now, right?
And then
Everything is paid and paid for now.
got it.
But we won't actually do it until we get to verse slow and then fast.
Got it. Okay, so now it's my turn. So
Yep.
I
You can play
want
2 cards.
I can play 2 cards. Okay. So we've got 1 fear and destroy a town. Well, I need to consider if I can even do that near me, and I can, right? Because there's one right there. So I would
You
be
can, but let's talk a little bit about some of the strategic thinking of this game. So what happens is in the invader phase, they will ravage the land, then build onto a land, and then explore. That's mechanically how the turn happens on the invader phase. However, if we think about how the invaders kind of create their presence onto the board, the way that it works is first an invader will explore into a land, then build into the land they explored into, and then ravage. So why do I say this? Well, because they've explored into the sands. So in their invader phase, before our slow powers happen, they're going to build a town in the sands, both here and here.
yeah.
And then next turn, they're going to attack here and here. So the reason why I say that for your card that you're thinking about is you could keep it as a slow power and actually destroy the town that they're about to build, which would be very good because it would stop them from attacking.
Right. So so if I played that right now, it would happen after they built the town, so I could then destroy
Right.
the town that they built. If I played it as a
Exactly.
slow card. Yeah, okay. Well, that's
Exactly.
that's good then. We also have 1 damage to each invader here for Raging Storm, though it costs 3. But I also need to look at what I gain from each, right? Like this one gets me fire and air.
Yeah, unfortunately, your unique power, you will not be able to play it until you can play a 3rd card. Just because your minimum requirement is 3 fire, which you can't get to until you can play a 3rd card.
But air benefits me for my special rule.
It does.
Right?
It does.
However,
correct.
I think all of these have air. So then target spirit may use, this is a fast card. Target spirit may use up to 2 slow powers as if they were fast powers this turn. I probably should save that.
Yeah, I think we could probably save that.
Because you may at some point have 2 slow powers in play.
Yeah.
And you don't right now, so that could be more useful later. And then we have
Right.
this one doesn't cost anything, so I could push up to 2 Dahan. I get a fear if I push any Dahan into a land with towns and cities, which is another thing that could be useful.
Yeah, that could be good.
So I have 2 Dahan actually right here. And
Yep.
if I push them into here, I could do something there as well. They're going to build a town here. Well, I can play 2 cards, so why not, right? I
Yeah.
think my
Yeah.
best
Go
2
for it.
cards are this one, Harbingers of the Lightning, and then I think
Yep.
Shatter Homestead is the other one that I'm going to want. These are both slow, and I'll play them as slow powers as well.
Okay. Perfect. And then you can click this to
Although,
automatically pay for it.
well, hold on. This one I could just play as a fast, couldn't I? What benefit would I even get for waiting on this one?
You could play it as a
Because
fast.
we could
Yeah.
take
I
out
mean
this
the
town, or we could do something about the town, gain fear.
yeah. What I'll say, and maybe I didn't mention this. So the only time that the Dahan will fight back against something is if they are being ravaged against. So we can move a Dahan into here now, but they won't fight back against this town until the invaders ravage in the jungle.
Sure, well that's fine, but in
You
addition,
could get the fear
I
though
could get
now.
fear, yeah. So I mean,
Mhm.
I guess it doesn't really make a difference, but I don't lose anything for playing it as a fast card, right? I don't.
Yeah, I
So
mean you could wait to slow just to see maybe the invaders are going to explore into this wetland, so maybe you'd prefer to push Dahan there.
yeah, I guess I'll wait. I'll save it so we can have more options. And
Okay,
I just
perfect.
paid. I just paid. So
Okay, so
now,
once you're ready, go ahead and flip your little ready token.
okay, yeah,
Okay, so now we're in the fast power phase. I think we want to do everything slow this time.
yeah,
So we'll go ahead and if you click your little ready token again, we'll go to the invaders. So the invaders don't ravage on the first turn, but from here on out they will ravage every time. So we look at the ravage, nothing ravages right now. Next we look at the build. The invaders are going to build in the sands. So let's take a look. I'll start with your board because it's much simpler. So here the invaders present, so it's going to go ahead and build a town. And same with number 4.
quick question: towns evolve. Is it that towns evolve into cities?
No, I'll show you what'll happen actually on my board.
Okay,
So on 4, again, we have a town. Okay, so when an invader builds, if there are more towns than cities, a city is built. So in this case, there's already a city in the sands, so we actually build, or a town in the sands, we actually build a city here.
okay. So kind of, sort of, they evolve into cities. It's like
Kind of,
if you
yeah.
have towns, you're risking a city getting built.
Right.
Right.
Okay, so that was our build. So now let's see what happens in our explore. Okay, and they are exploring into the mountains. So they will come out of the cities and the towns onto this mountain and this mountain. And same with on your board. They will come out of the town and the city, and they will come out of the town from the jungle.
Okay.
Okay, let me push that forward, and now we go to the slow phase. So, well, let's start with yours. Let's take a look at yours this time to start. So the first thing that you can do is 2 away from where you have a sacred site. You gain fear, and you can destroy a town.
Okay.
So for you, that's either town here
And this one.
and that one.
Okay.
You'll notice this land already has a blight, so destroying the town there would probably be good to protect us from the blight, like going,
So
you know,
blights.
everywhere.
So under what conditions do blights spread?
So, blight is added to the land if the invaders do 2 or more damage in the land.
Okay.
Blight will spread if there's already blight on the land when that happens.
Okay. So if they were to damage here, which they could do because they have 2 things, right?
Right.
Then because there's blight here, it would go somewhere else, which would start.
Yeah, a second blight would be added here, and then 1 blight would be added
Right.
to the
Well,
adjacent land.
in that case, I mean, I think given that both sands are equivalent in terms of the amount of explorers, this one only has a town, and this one has a blight. This is probably the most urgent.
Yep.
This one. So in that case, yeah. So I'll use Shatter Homesteads, and I will destroy 1 town in this location. So destroy this
let
town.
me promote you. Okay, so now if you hover over it and click delete, you should
Yep.
be able to.
Okay.
Okay. So you generated a fear from the
I
card,
did.
and then also whenever we destroy a town, we generate a fear.
Okay. So what is anything going to happen with this deck here?
It will, but we have to get through the pool.
Okay, got it. All
So we have
right.
to generate another 6 fear.
So I did that using Shadow Homestead. So what do I do with the card now that I've used it?
You can leave it; it'll clean up automatically.
Okay. Then we have Harbingers of the Lightning. So this one I can push up to 2 Dahan, and I can gain a fear if I push a Dahan into land with a town or a city. Well, we have 2 Dahan here. This is within a range of what? A range of 1. Okay. So the only options. So there's this one I could potentially push, and these that I could. Is it gather or push? It's push, yeah. So I could push these
So
or
this
this.
right now in this land, they're about to do 3 damage. And what'll happen is invaders damage both the land and the Dahan together first, and then any surviving Dahan fight back.
Okay. Well, so what you're telling me is I probably don't want to push these.
Probably not. Having 2 would be enough to at least have them be able to fight back, even if these things do attack next turn.
Okay.
1 would not be enough.
As for this, I could also push this one. Why would I want to? Would there be a good reason to do that? It's within a range of 1 from one of my presences. And
Yeah.
I could push. Well, it does gain fear to do that.
Yeah,
so
it does gain
if I
fear.
push this here, it gains fear. And I mean, I suppose that the explorer potentially does less damage than the town. Is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
Well, then it would be better to have the Dahan here than here, because we get fear and also it's potentially more defense.
Sure.
Okay, well then we'll do that. So I'm going to push this Dahan here, and we'll gain fear for that.
Okay.
And
So
it says
fear.
up to 2, so I'm just going to use 1. So that's
Perfect. Okay, so then my power. So I choose a land. I can first gather up to 2 explorers there, and then I can gather up to 2 Dahan there. So let's see. I'm seeing a pretty good combo next turn. If you can make my power fast, I can do a whole bunch of damage quickly.
okay.
So with that in mind, what I think I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to pull everything into here.
Ooh. Okay.
By pulling them out of the mountain, they now won't build into the mountain, so that's helpful for us as well. And then I will pull the Dahan from here.
Yes, and the mountain does have blight on it as well right now.
And I only need 3 Dahan to do the bonus damage with my power. But I could pull another one, and I think I will. So I'll really stack up the Dahan here.
So why are you allowed to pull more of them? Is that part of your
Well, my card was just gather up to 2,
gather
and
up to
then
2?
gather up to 2. So
And you've done that. Okay. All right.
Yep. Okay. So that's my card. So you can go ahead and click your ready token.
Okay.
And that is all. So time will pass. That card will go to our discard. You'll notice just from TTS, you have a top and bottom hand. So your top hand is your active hand. Your bottom hand is your discard.
Okay.
Okay, so now we are back at the growth. So I will have us now choose the middle option. So let's talk about mine, because this is something I haven't talked about yet. So the first thing that I can do is gain a power card. So one thing that we can do, we have 4 cards in our hand, but we can actually build kind of a deck of powers. So how do we do that? Well, whenever you have the gain a power card action, you can choose to either gain a minor power, which are weaker, but also typically cheaper, and add to your deck, or you can gain a major power, which are big, strong, and expensive powers, but they don't add to your deck. To add a major power, you have to remove something you already have. So I don't want to do that yet. I just want to gain a minor power. So I'm going to click gain a minor power, and I'm provided with 4 options. of powers that I can add. What am I looking for? Well, typically when I'm adding a power, I'm looking for cards that generate the elements that my spirit like. And Vital Strength of Earth really likes sun, earth, and plant. That is the yellow, gray, and green elements. So I'm really looking for cards that help me with those. So when I'm looking at this set, honestly, I did not get a very good selection.
You do
But
have this where you
I
can
do have that
choose
where,
three different elements of target spirit gains 3 different elements of their choice, which could benefit you or me.
but I'll mention of these 4, I really like this card for my spirit. This is a card that allows me to do damage, although it's in only jungles and wetlands. So that, not great, but I could also remove Blight, which will be very helpful for us.
Okay.
And it's 1 away from where I have a Sacred Site, and my spirit really likes putting Sacred Sites down. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this power. So that gets added to my active hand, so I could use it as early as this turn. And then the other thing in my growth option is I put a presence down where I already have a presence.
Right, range of
So,
0.
so that's going to go ahead and let me now play 2 powers, and I'm going to post up on my 7 land. And again, as a reminder, and I'll put it out there to remind us, wherever I have a Sacred Site, Vital Strength of Earth defends for 3.
Vital Strength of Earth, which is your spirit.
Which is my spirit.
So this token, this is a defense token right here.
This is a defense reminder, yeah.
Okay, so this means that you effectively have 3 more health in this land.
That's correct. Now, right now, the invaders are about to do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Wow.
So 3 is not enough, but I think that we have a pretty good combo going on for this turn. And now that I can play 2 powers, I think this will be a pretty big turn for us.
Sure.
Okay, so on to your middle option.
So
the
I add a
first thing that
presence
you
within a range of 2.
Yep.
Okay.
And I will mention it doesn't have to be your first presence. You're putting 2 presents down this turn. You getting to 3 card plays is very important.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to do it now, especially if you want to play both of these cards, although you are putting 2 presents down. But getting you ready to be able to do that is very good for your spirit, because that starts allowing your Thundering Destruction to start working.
Yeah, well, I think
So my suggestion would be probably to take 1 off of both tracks.
Sure. Okay. So within a range of 2, I could gain a sacred site. Is that what it's called?
You could, but what I'll say is your next presence is range 0. So you're probably better off for your 2 putting it into a new land, and then
Okay, and then
getting
yeah.
the second,
All
and then
right.
getting a Sacred Site from
So
the
we've
other
got. Okay. So we're gonna add a presence within a range of 2. So I probably want to put it.
Oh, and I don't know if I made this clear, but this is all one island. So even though you started on this board and I started on this board, if you wanted to, you could come down onto my board as well.
Okay. All right. Cool. I didn't know that.
We probably still need some coverage, kind of like in this upper area right now, but it's up to you.
Well, I think with a range of 2, I'd like to have something that gives me a good amount of coverage around it as well, right? So if I were to put, like, for example, if I were to choose the mountains, which I might, that would give me some coverage around.
Yep.
So I'll put it here, and then the other one, I'll take it from the card plays. I can add a presence within a range of 0, so I'll just make a sacred site, and I guess. So why would I want a sacred site? I know that for you it adds defense. What does it do for me? Does it do anything?
So remember your Shatter Homesteads card is 2 away from a sacred site.
And your specific range, yeah.
And your Thundering Destruction passive power is 1 away from a sacred site.
I got it. So there's that. I forgot that was even something in there. Okay, well then in that case,
so this wetland is pretty good. You get a lot of coverage.
Yeah, so I'll do that.
And it's 2 away from everything on your board.
Okay.
Okay, so that was growth. So now go ahead and click gain to get your energy per turn. So you're up to 4, which is enough to play both of your cards. So I think I'm going to go ahead and play Rituals of Destruction. And if you make that one fast, then I think we have some big damage coming out. Because then I can do 5 damage quickly.
And 2 fear.
And 2 fear. Yep.
Yeah, that's good. All right, so you've played that. Are you?
And then I'll play this other slow power since I'll have the
2 damage or remove blight.
Yeah, and we're about to blight, or I could remove my own blight here. Probably what I'll end up doing.
Okay, so
this is gonna blight, but there's nothing I can do about that, I don't think. So I will click pay to pay for that.
Okay, and then let's see, what do these do? I probably will just play them both, but this one has fire, air, and water, which is good for me in the long term. Well, actually, I guess you need to have it in play on that turn. Is that right? Like for this, it doesn't come from your discard pile.
Right.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, does your discard pile get recycled, or is it just gone?
It will. So that'll be the next growth option that we take. You'll see this reclaim cards. That's take everything back from your discard.
Got it. All right. So, 1 damage to each invader in a range of 1, which will be good for me. That will actually cover everything. Every invader will get covered.
Well, it's 1 land, 1 away. So 1 damage to each in a land of your choosing, a single land.
Where are you getting that from? Is that just how it always works?
Yeah, because target land any is just a singular land. It's always just a singular land.
Okay, got it. All right, cool. And then Lightning's Boon. Target spirit. This is a fast card. This is a slow. Target spirit may use up to 2 slow powers as if they were fat. Well, I want to use that for you. So we're definitely setting that up. And this one, I don't see any reason not to play it. So
yeah, it seems good.
I'll play it as well. So then I'll pay for that.
Okay, and then that brings us to the fast powers.
Okay. Well, now that we're in the fast power turn, so I have a fast power, and that allows a target spirit to use up to 2. And when it says target, what is that symbol? Any
spirit.
That's a spirit.
Really any player.
That's what it's saying. I got it. Okay, well, obviously I want to do that, so
so I could use those as fast.
Up to 2, yeah, so you can use both of them. And then I could play this as a fast. Would that help?
Yeah, if you play it as a fast, you could pick off like one of these explorers so they aren't able to build.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think I'll do that.
Seems good.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I'll play this as a fast. And the reason I can do that is because my spirit, if I have air in play, I can use, well, for each one that I have, I can use a slow powers. If it's fast, I have 2 airs. Okay, so...
And for reference also, you'll notice in this row...
Oh, it tells me.
It tells you.
Okay, so, yeah, we have 2 air powers, but I'm only going to use this one. It's the only slow power I have anyway. So I'll go ahead and... I can pick a land and just damage somebody in a range of 1. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference whether I pick this or this, I guess. Although, really quickly, the numbers on each land, what does that represent?
Oh, that's just mainly for setup more than anything.
Cool. No, don't worry about it then. Well, then in that case, I'm going to do damage to this Explorer because I don't have a presence on it, and it might be more difficult to hit it than any other time.
Yeah, that seems good.
So I'll just delete it.
Yep.
Okay.
And you can, on the keyboard, you can just click delete as well.
Okay.
When you hover over something.
Cool.
Okay, so for mine, so let's start with my big Ritual of Destruction, which I get to play fast. So I can do 2 damage, but if there are 3 Dahan at least, I can do 5 damage and 2 fear. So I am going to go ahead and target this one that I built up. So 5 damage is enough to kill both the city, which has 3 health, and the town, which has another 2. I'm now fully protected against these 3 invaders, which is great. So when you kill a city, you generate 2 fear. When you kill a town, you generate another fear. And then the card itself generates another 2 fear. So that is our first fear card. And I'm just going to put a little thing as a reminder, because actually the very first thing we do in the invader phase is check the fear card.
So
these at worst are neutrally beneficial, but generally these are helpful when we flip them over.
Okay, so with the fear pool, so it's saying like each time you want to get one of these cards, you need to first generate this amount of fear that's here. Is
Correct.
it always
Correct.
8 or does it change?
It is always 8. It's
Okay,
4 per player.
got it.
Okay, so that was my big attack. And then the other thing that I can do, one away from where I have a sacred site, in either a jungle or a wetland, I can do 2 damage or remove a blight. Um, so that does nothing. So
That
I
does nothing.
probably should have not have played that, but that's okay. You know, you live and you learn.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click ready. That was our fast powers.
Yep.
So we will go to the invader phase. So as I mentioned, the very first thing that we're doing is we're gonna flip over this fear card. Let's see what we get. We are still on fear level 1. I know that because of this. So you can see that's the terror level. We're on terror level 1.
Mm-hmm.
So invaders do not build in lands with cities. I don't think that's gonna matter for us. It will not matter for us, unfortunately, because this is just in this
Right.
round. Okay, so now invaders ravage in the sand. So we'll start with my board. We have 3 explorers. They each do 1 damage against my 3 defense, and then so they do no damage. And then the Dahan fight back, and they're doing 2, 4, 6, 8 damage.
Wow.
So that is enough to kill all of these explorers.
Does the defense stay permanently?
Well, for me, it stays because my passive ability is if I have a sacred site, I always generate 3.
And can you never lose a sacred site?
The way that we lose presence is if a land that you're on is blighted.
Okay, got it.
So you're actually about to lose a presence here, unfortunately.
Okay.
So I'll talk about that when we get there. Okay, so here on this land 4, unfortunately, no protection there. That's 3 damage. That is enough to generate a blight, which I think I'll just pull from here. So we blighted that land. This 1 explorer isn't enough to do anything, so it doesn't do anything. And then here, again, they attack both the land and the Dahan at the same time. They're doing 3 damage, which is enough to add a blight. So we have to get rid of one of your presence, and it goes away forever.
Okay.
And that is also enough to both kill a Dahan and do 1 damage to the remaining Dahan. But then this Dahan fights back for 2, which is enough to kill this city.
Which gains us fear.
Which gains us a fear.
What was a city, you said?
Sorry, it was a town.
It was a
I
town?
always say town and city. It was a town, yes.
Okay,
So it was enough to kill the town.
got it.
Okay, then they build in the mountains. So both of my mountains are clear. Your 1 mountain, they add a town. And your 6th mountain is clear. So no building happening there. And then finally, they are exploring into the wetlands. So for me, they can come from the ocean for both here and here. They can come from the town to go to this wetland here. And they can come from the city or also the ocean to come into this wetland here.
All right.
Okay. And now we are on to our slow powers, which I think we have none of.
Yeah.
Because all of our powers were fast this time. And then we go on to the next turn.
I have no cards.
Okay. So you're going to take this growth option. So the first thing
Right.
that you do is you reclaim all of your cards. Okay. And now you're gaining a power. Again, I would recommend gaining a minor power.
Okay,
Okay, so again, the first thing that we're looking at is cards that have air and fire.
Mhm.
So I see a pretty good one here, but this card also has fire, which fire is enough to be useful, or even air is enough to be useful.
So this one damage to each town or city, or defend 10? That's
Yes,
a
but
hell of a trade-off, but it has to be at a sacred site.
it has to be in a land with a sacred site.
Right. Okay. That's a hell of a trade-off, though.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This one, gather up to 3 Dahan, or and push up to 3 Dahan. I guess that could definitely be useful to slow power.
Mm-hmm.
We have this one, which gathers 1 explorer or town. The target land is to have no blight, it looks like. or gather up to 2 Dahan. Okay, well, I don't care about that. What's this one say? If invaders are present, gain a fear within 1 range of a sacred site. If target land is sand or wetland, remove blight. I mean, that could be good, right? Especially since we have
Could be useful.
most of our blighted lands are sands. I
Yeah,
understand that it doesn't have elements that I need, but
ways to get rid of blight can always be helpful for sure.
that's within range of a sacred site, which I do have 2 blights in range of a sacred site. I mean, I understand it doesn't have elements, but that's kind of the card I'm looking at the most right now. I guess defending 10 is super
Okay.
good.
Yeah, no, I mean it's still a helpful card. Any ways that we can remove blight are always helpful. It's just it'll make it that much
Right.
harder on some turns to get enough elements that you need.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what? I kind of like this card the most,
Okay.
so I'm gonna pick it.
Okay, and then you also gain 1 energy
Okay.
just from your growth option. So if you don't click gain, just you have to give yourself.
Okay.
Okay. And then I know that I said we were going to go from right to left, but I still have cards to play, so I don't think I'm ready to reclaim yet.
Yeah.
I think instead what I'm likely going to do is, where are they? Oh, they're ravaging mountains, which I've taken care of on my board. So I need to get myself over to the wetlands, which I don't currently have much range on. So I think I'd like to go ahead and choose this option to add a presence.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'll start building up some of my energy per turn. So I'll go ahead. I really need range onto that wetland. So I think I'm going to put myself over here. And I get 2 energy. Okay, and now we can click gain. I get another 3 energy every turn,
And I get
which
2.
means I have exactly enough to play both of my cards. Although, I'm not sure they're so helpful right now. Although I can remove a blight anywhere. And I can make people skip everything.
Well, you can remove a blight within a range of one of your sacred sites,
Yeah.
which you do
Which for me is
have.
like
Yeah.
here. So yeah, I think I'll play everything.
Yeah.
And I will go ahead and pay for that. And oh,
Okay.
and I am ready.
So
Okay.
now I will play. So I have 3 energy to work with right now.
And
So
you have 3 card plays now as well.
3 card plays. Okay. So um push up to 2 Dahan. 1 fear if I push Dahan into a land with towns or cities. I could do that,
Yeah, I think for you,
but I don't want
getting
to.
rid of this town is a big priority for sure, because that land is about to ravage.
We know that?
Yes,
So
we
this is
do.
permanent?
No,
Like,
it moves from right to left. So as I mentioned, invaders first explore into a land, then they build on that land, then they ravage in that land. So they explored into the mountain, then they built that town in the mountain, and now they're ravaging in the mountain, and then it'll go into the discard. So it's always
but we
kind of
know that
moving.
ahead of. How do we know that ahead of time? Did you move it over after the last one?
I did, yes.
So then this is what's going to happen.
This will happen. Yep.
Okay.
We know they will ravage in the mountain,
Got
and
it.
we know they will build in the wetland.
That I was not aware of that. Okay, well in that case, if they're gonna ravage the mountains, then yeah, I want to do something about this. Well, um, pushing Dahan there. I mean, that
Well,
would be
you have your homestead, and remember now that you have 3 card plays,
right.
if you can generate enough fire and air, you can also destroy a town from your thundering destruction as well.
Okay. Well, okay. You're right. So this is a good card to play right now. We need 3 fire, 2 air to destroy a town, which I'm guaranteed so long as I play 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I will. So we have 1 damage to each invader here for Raging Storm, though it is pretty costly. I'm already spending 2 energy and I only have 3. You know what? I'm gonna. Okay. So I could use the 2 fast cards, and that would be good too. No, I couldn't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna play this.
Okay.
Because it doesn't cost anything. And then I only have one extra one left over here, so I have to do either Lightning's Boon or Quicken the Earth Struggles. With Quicken the Earth Struggles, I do 1 damage to each town and city, or I can defend 10, and that's only on a sacred site. So right now
Yeah,
that really doesn't do much. I mean, I could defend
so that won't
10,
do much.
but like
Yeah, but it's not even fighting, so the defend won't do
it
anything.
won't even fight. That's right. So it won't do anything. So that's useless. Alternatively, Lightning's Boon, I can target Spirit to use up to 2 slow powers as if they were fast, which is also irrelevant. But
you could target yourself, even though you can already make your stuff fast. But
yeah, but I need it anyway because I need 3 fire. So
yeah, you need 3
so I'll
fire.
play it.
Okay.
And then I think. Hold on. Wait a minute. 1 damage to each town or city is the only on a sacred site. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. All right. So then I'm gonna pay
But this will be good next turn because they're about to build into your sacred
into
site.
the wetland. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay.
Well, then that's my turn. Well, actually, it isn't because this is the fast cards, right? So I'm playing.
We'll go ahead and ready. So flip that.
Oh, we aren't on the fast. Okay, now we're on the
there
fast.
we go.
Okay, I got it. I didn't know what phase we were on. Okay, so then you go first.
Okay, sure. So I can remove a blight and defend 4, 1 away from a sacred site. All that really does is allow me to remove this blight. When a blight is removed, it's actually added back to our pool. So again, if our pool ever runs out, we actually get basically 2 pools. Right now our island is healthy. When this pool runs down, our island will become blighted, which will be bad for us, but we do get like a secondary pool of blight before we lose.
Okay.
But keeping it up is good. So we was able to do that. That's all that card really does right now, although just for posterity's sake, I guess I'll go ahead and put that this is defending 4. And then I can also target 1 away from anywhere and make invaders skip all actions. So I could basically stop them from building, like in here. Maybe let them build here since there's a Dahan there.
Can you only do these things around your presences or do my presence?
Just
only
around
on
my
yours?
presence.
All right, fair enough.
So I think I will have them. I'll have them skip the build in this space.
Because the other wetland you can do that and has a Dahan.
Yeah, it has a Dahan, so maybe I can defend it. So I'll just put this as a reminder that they won't do anything there. Okay.
So then my turn. I could play everything as a fast card, and I think I might do that. Well, let me see. So hold on. So first of all, this is a fast card. So target spirit may use up to 2 slow powers as if they were fast again. I mean, it doesn't even matter. I could apply that to myself, but it literally makes no difference. So whatever. Yeah. Harbingers of the Lightning. The reason, by the way, it makes no difference is because of my passive at the bottom left there. I have air on every card, so I can use any slow powers of fast. So Harbingers of the Lightning, I could use as a fast. It would push 2 Dahan, and I would gain fear if I push Dahan into a land with towns or cities that's in a range of 1. So what could I even do with that? I guess I could push this Dahan. Pushing them here would gain fear in addition to defending a little bit. So that would be good, I guess, because they are going to ravage the mountain.
Also, well, you're going to kill this town, right? That's your plan.
Was it?
I think so for sure, right?
Well, wait a minute. Where was the destroy 1 town? Oh, I got you.
And you can see with the check mark, you have the destruction from your.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's do that first so that I know what I can do. So I'm just going to destroy this. We're using that as a fast card. I'm going to destroy this town. That was
and that generates a fear from the card and also a fear for destroying a town.
Okay. And now I want to look at what I can do with Harbingers of the Lightning. So I think
so you could wait till they build here.
Yeah, and then push it.
And then push your Dahan into there.
What difference does it make if I wait though? I already know what they're going to do. So I can just do it now.
Well, because there's no town there yet. If you wait till they build
Oh, that's right. If I build a town, I get a fear. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I mean, I mean.
And then you can destroy one of the towns in the slow phase as well with your thundering destruction down here. Remember,
that's
you still
right.
have that.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, then I'm done with this turn.
Okay.
So I'm ready.
So you can flip that. So we don't have a fear card this time. So first, Mountains Ravage. So I have nothing here in these mountains.
But I do.
In your mountain, the Explorer does 1 damage, but that's not enough, and no one's here.
It's not enough for what?
So remember, at least 2 damage must occur for a blight to.
Okay,
So 1 damage just doesn't do anything. It's just
got it.
like negated. So then they build in the wetland. So in land 1, they're going to build a town. Whoops, that's the
That's they built a person.
built a person.
The
They're building a
wetland.
town. They're skipping everything in land 3 from my power. In land 2, there's already a city, so they go back to building towns. And in land 5, they build a town.
Okay.
And then we explore once again. Ooh, ouch. So they are exploring again into the wetland. So again, there's a
Wow.
town here. They can come here. This actually still gets skipped, thankfully. So they won't explore into there.
Jesus.
They explore into your wetland and this wetland here.
Okay.
Okay, so let me push that, and we are into the slow phases. So again, you saw I just did it. I pushed everything to the left. So now they will ravage in the wetland and then once again build into the wetland. So kind of unfortunate draw there.
They are destroying our wetlands. I don't know what they have against
Yeah.
the wetlands.
Okay, so I have no slow powers. Everything I had was fast, which is definitely very strange for me, but that's that was me.
Now I have nothing because I used all my things, didn't I?
You did not. No,
I
you
didn't
still
use
have your
harbingers.
harbingers and you still have your destroy a town from your thundering
Okay, well,
destruction.
obviously I'm going to do the Thundering Destruction to destroy a town. I
Okay.
guess that it would make the most sense to destroy this one because I'm going to try to move a Dahan here.
I think probably this one just to protect your sacred
Oh,
site.
that's right, because moving a
So
Dahan
I
there
would
doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, so I would move your Dahan there first, obviously, to get the fear, but
Yeah.
then probably destroy that one.
So I'm moving this here using Harbingers of the Lightning to gain a
Yep.
fear. So
Which lets you push up to 2, so there was only 1, so you pushed it. And then because there's already a town there, we get a fear.
right. And now I'm going to use my innate power to destroy a town. You're suggesting this one. I see what you're saying. So definitely
Yeah,
let's
I
do
think
that.
that one,
We'll destroy that.
which gives us a fear.
Okay. And that's the end. I don't have anything else to do.
Okay, if you want to flip your
Yeah.
thing there, and then time will pass, and we are back up to the top. So now I do need to take my leftmost, because I have no cards, so I'm going to reclaim all my cards. And then I get to add a presence 2 away. So I think gotta think about what I want to do. If I want to play 2 things this turn, I would have to take from my energy track.
Right, because it costs 4, 3,
Yeah,
and
and
1.
pretty much all of my cheapest 2 plays is 4. And I think I don't know if I need to, honestly, although it's going to start to kind of get out of control for me. But I can defend 4 in this wetland, which is enough to defend. That's kind of the big target right now. Because I would really like to get to 3 card plays. Tough decision.
What are you weighing right now?
Right now, I'm just trying to think of whether I want to take from my energy track or my card play track.
Yeah, so why go over your decision
So
again?
again, my thought process is just, do I need 4 energy to play 2 cards this turn?
Yeah.
Not necessarily, although 2 cards would clean up that land between these 2 cards.
Wetland, this one targets, and this one targets
Yeah.
any removed play. I mean,
Okay.
we're gonna get screwed on the wetlands, so
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and take from my energy track, and again, I can put that 2 away from where I already have presence. I could start moving up into your board. I do kind of have range to everything now, although again, I do need sacred sites. I think I'll go ahead and start moving up into your board, so I'll put myself there.
okay. Yeah, I could use the help. Okay, so it's my turn.
Yeah, so your growth option.
Alright, so I get to choose. So I get to pick one each time, right? That's what this is about?
You do get to pick one,
Okay.
yes.
Well, I have 2 cards to play. 3 I can't play right now. I would kind of like to gain a power card, although adding 2 presences is nice. Gaining 3 energy is nice too. I mean, really, I don't really need to gain 3 energy though. Fine
Yeah,
on
I
that.
feel like if you wanted another power nard to set yourself up, I feel like now's a good time.
Okay.
Because it will let you get up to 3 card plays again, which is very good for you.
Okay, I'll do that. So I'm going to reclaim all. Gain a power card. We'll do another minor. So,
Ooh, not
okay.
the greatest draw, but that's okay.
Drift down into slumber. They're all cheap. I guess there's that.
They're all cheap. Yeah, that's good.
So this is defend 1. If target
3 of
land
them have air at least as
is
well.
jungle or sand instead, defend 4. Not useful for us right now. I guess we never know what could happen. But jungle and sand are pretty safe at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Rain of Blood is first of all, Jesus Christ.
You like that?
Secondly, first of all, it's a very funny card because the dude in the middle is just like drinking it.
Yeah, the dude in the middle loves it.
He's like, fuck yes!
Finally! Finally!
The person in the bottom right kind of looks like their neck's getting severed. I know it's just the blood dripping down their neck, but it's like a shot of blood hit them so fast it like slit their neck. Jesus, this is brutal. Okay. Anyway, that gains 2 fear, as I imagine it probably would, with, you know, the raining blood and all that. Like the Slayer song. Maybe that's why the guy in the middle likes it.
He's a big fan of Slayer.
Big Slayer fan. If target land has at least 2 towns and cities, or two towns or cities, gain fear. Okay, and this is within range of 1 sacred site. So in my well, eventually, if I could get a sacred site here, I mean, it would be nice.
Yeah.
I think this is a good card. That's probably my top option so far. Devouring ants. What, I send ants to devour things? Okay, I thought I was like I thought I was like a lightning spirit. What the hell is any of this? Are these cards depend?
Yeah, well,
are these cards like
no, these are not. These are all kind of like generic.
Okay.
Like we as spirits, as we grow in size and scope and power, we have more influence over the land, allowing us to do more things. So I guess you've gained the ability to become Ant-Man.
well, I strike lightning at the ant colonies, which strikes fear into their hearts, and they go
like,
running.
Oh shit! He wants us to go
and eat everything.
You gotta eat.
Okay, so right, this is 1 fear, 1 damage, and destroy a Dahan. Okay. If target land is jungle or sand, okay, I don't think that's good. And it doesn't have any element that benefits me either, so I don't really like that.
Yeah.
Then we have Call to Isolation. This allows me to push 1 explorer or town per Dahan. So if I have like a bunch of Dahan in an area, I guess this could be useful. It is a fast option, which could be nice as well. Although really, slow options are kind of better because they give me more options.
Slow is fast.
Well, it can be, but that's the thing is it gives me the choice. Sometimes it might be nice to wait. So fast options aren't even necessarily great for me. But anyway, or I could push a Dahan. I mean, it's okay. This card's all right. I could see it being useful in certain situations. Right now, not necessarily, though. It could be later.
Yeah.
I kind of do like Rain of Blood the most, though, because the potential for fear is really high.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to pick that. And okay, so then I've done everything. Oh, I haven't gained energy, so I gain an energy as well, and then that's the end of that for me.
Yep. Okay, so now we click gain.
Okay.
And then I have 2 card plays. You have 3 card plays. Although you only have 3 energy, so you might not.
Well, I could. I have options. I'll let you go. Explain what you're picking.
So I'm playing these 2. So I'm playing again my guard to the healing land. Guard the healing land. So I'm planning to defend over in this wetland. So I'll defend 4, which will fully defend it, and my Dahan will be able to take out the town. And then I will also be able to, in the slow phase, do 2 more damage there, which will kill the newly created town, potentially.
Okay, that's good. For me, so I only have 3 energy to work with here, so I do have some free cards. I have Rain of Blood, which again, I think I should play this, because right now I know I can make use of it. No, I can't, actually, because I don't have a sacred site there. Actually,
True.
that's right, I can't use that yet, so okay, so forget that then. I mean, it's still good, 2 fear. Still good.
Yeah, although it doesn't give you a fire, so
it doesn't, right?
So right now it would limit your...
Yeah, so I think I'm going to skip it. So we have another free option, which I'm just going to use it. I only have 3. I can play 3 cards, and this is going to help save on energy, and that's also a good card with fear and air. So then we have this one, which could allow you to place... Sorry, never mind, that's a different card. Damage to each town or... Damage to each town or city on a sacred site, which means pretty much nothing for me right now. Is it slow? It is not slow. Okay, so...
It is not slow.
But I could defend 10 on a sacred
site. Yeah, you could
site.
defend 10 here. They are doing enough damage to blight as it is.
I'll do it. It gives me fire. I'll do it. And then we have... this is not an option. Okay, so Shatter Homesteads I could do, which within range of 2 from any sacred site, we gain a fear and destroy a town, which actually is useful, so I think I probably will go with that.
Yeah.
But I'll quickly look at that Lightning's Boon, which doesn't really do anything for you because you already have your plan set up. Rain of Blood, we already decided isn't really necessarily useful, so yeah, I'll do Shatter Homesteads. And okay, so now I pay, and then are we ready? Okay.
Yep. Okay, so we are in the fast power phase, so I'll go first.
Sure.
1 away from where I have a sacred site, I can remove a blight and defend 4. So I'm going to choose this land down here. No blight there, but I'll still defend 4, which will be enough to fully defend this land.
Okay. And then I have the option to play every card if I wanted to, but I probably don't. But I do have a fast card, so damage to each town or city on a sacred site, which I have none. But I could defend 10, and I'm going to do that. It's excessive, but it also could help. So, you know, I mean, it being excessive is nice.
This will allow the Dahan to clean up this land entirely as well.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, that's really good. Okay. So that's... Then I have the choice to do Shatter Homesteads. I think I kind of do want to do this, right? Because
I think you probably do, yeah.
So I could use it to help
this a bit.
Yeah, and they're gonna attack, and they have a lot of power right now. Okay, well it destroys a town, so I destroy this town. I'll do that.
You get a fear.
And I get a fear.
And then you destroy the town to get another fear.
Okay. And then the other option...
I think you probably want to save this one, though, because they're going to rebuild that town in this wetland. So you can save your
Right, that's an option I have because it's a speed of slow, but I could use it. I could use my swiftness of lightning. Okay, yeah, well, I'll save it.
Right.
It only destroys towns anyway, right? I don't have any towns. Oh, I do.
Right, so they're about to rebuild a town here, so that's why you could use it in the slow phase.
Sure. Okay, so then my other option now is to use Harbingers of the Lightning, so if I push up to 2 Dahan in a range of 1, I can do that, and if I push them into any land with towns or cities, I gain a fear. I don't really think that's... Well, okay.
You could push this Dahan out to protect it. Because otherwise it's just going to die.
Yeah, this Dahan isn't really doing anything.
Right.
Okay. I wouldn't gain fear for that, but it'd be nice. Additionally, the other thing I could do, although I don't see why I'd want to, is I can move this Dahan into here to get fear. But like again, I don't know why I'd want to do that. I think it's not really worth it.
Especially since this Dahan is about to kill these if they...
Oh, it is. That's right. Yeah, that makes it even worse. Okay, yeah, sure. Well, you know what? I will use it to protect the Dahan, so I'll just go ahead and push this Dahan here. Okay. And that'll end my turn with that.
Okay, so we have a very spicy, and unfortunately 1 fear away from a fear card, but a very spicy round. So they're going to start by ravaging wetlands. So let's start down here. They're doing 4 damage against my 4 defense, so that's all good. And the Dahan fights back, and it will kill this town, which gives us the 1 fear we need, but won't happen until the next go around. In this wetland, they don't do anything. They just do 1 damage, so it's negated. Here you're defending 10, so very well defended, and then your Dahan fights back and does 2 damage, so that's enough to kill both explorers.
Okay.
And then here they're doing 3, 4, 5 damage, which is enough to blight the land. Alright, so now they're immediately rebuilding on the wetland. So here in my wetland 1, they build another town, and also in my wetland 3. In your wetland 5, it's all taken care of, but then in wetland 2, they're building another town. So they're about to ravage in the
Yeah.
wetland again. And let's see what we get for an explorer. They are exploring into the mountain. So they can come out of the city onto both of my mountains. And they can come out of towns and cities onto both of your mountains.
They come out of nearby towns and cities? Adjacent towns and
Correct.
cities?
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
How are we two celebs doing today? I'm doing great.
Okay, so now we're in slow, so let's start with me. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 damage right into the same land I targeted last time. It has to be from a sacred site, so that's the only wetland I can target here. So I'll do 2 damage and I'll kill the
Good.
town they just built, which gives us a fear.
And I have nothing. Well, actually, I do have something to do. I can do my innate power, Thundering
You can do your
Destruction, to
Thundering
destroy a
Destruction.
town. So I destroy any town, so I'll just destroy this one, right? I mean, this is probably...
Yeah, you could destroy this one, but that's probably going to happen no matter what, so maybe it might be worth destroying this one.
Okay, I didn't know I could destroy this one.
Protect
That's
that
right, I can
one.
do things on your side of the thing too. All right, let's do that. So we gain a fear, right, for the destroying the town?
Yep. Perfect.
I do like how it's just like one fear. Like we literally level a town, and it just strikes like a tiny bit of fear.
Yeah, just a little afraid of that. That's like every day.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, there are spirits defending the island, so it's a normal occurrence.
Yeah, as Jake Paul once said, it's every day, bro. Okay. Time passes. We are on to the next turn. And I think I'm going to get a power card.
Good idea.
Start putting down I'll put down my sacred site somewhere, but let me get a power card. I'll gain a minor power. Let's see, what do I have? Again, I'm looking for sun, earth, and plant. Defend 6. If you have 2 water, you may instead remove a blight. Not bad, although I do have a lot of defend as it is. Veil the Knight's Hunt doesn't have any elements that I like. 2 away where there's a Dahan. Each Dahan deals a damage to an invader. That could be good. We've stacked up Dahan in a lot of places. Or push Dahan. Lure of the Unknown. I like this card a lot usually. This is a free card where there aren't invaders. I can gather an explorer or a town. And then finally, Reaching Grasp, I can target anyone and give +2 range to all of that spirit's powers.
That is good.
Pretty good.
Well, gathering explorers and towns means that you could potentially save certain regions, right? Because you could move things off of them.
Exactly.
And you could also stack that with me. Like if you were to do that and then you move it to somewhere near me, I could use one of my abilities on whatever you moved.
Yeah. Or alternatively, I could play to my strength. I mean, it has 2 elements that I like and just kind of defend a whole bunch all over the board.
Within one of any sacred site.
Mm-hmm. And I'm about to prop up a sacred site on your board, probably.
Up to you. I mean, honestly, like I'm kind of favoring Lure of the Unknown because I think that's more that could be cooperative for us. But I understand it doesn't necessarily play to your strengths.
I'm also looking here, because I'm about to create a sacred site. If I create a sacred site in 4, I could fully defend 2.
True. That's true.
That seems really good for us.
That's true. Yeah.
I think I will take Nature's Resilience here.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that, and I put down a sacred site. I
Right.
think I'm now at the point where I want to try to get to my 3 card plays. So let's take one from there. So now I have a sacred site on your board,
Good.
and then you want to go ahead and take your growth option.
Yeah, so I could add presences, which I kind of need to do. And actually having a sacred site will be good for Rain of Blood, which I do want to use because it's a good card. I think that I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
I think
I think
getting
I'm,
yourself up on the energy might be good,
yeah, so I think I'm gonna go for. I think I'm gonna go for
or
this.
again, and although I don't know if you have you could do 1 and 1 again, although it doesn't help you on energy. But as soon as you get to 4 card plays, you have a chance to start destroying cities.
I like it.
But that could be very expensive, so you might need to go up on the
Yeah,
energy track first.
I think I'm gonna go on the energy track.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna make a sacred site. Right here.
Okay.
And then I can do range of any other presence within 2 range of any other presence. So that's full coverage of my area. I could place presence. I
Yeah,
could
you
go
could also go onto my
go into
board.
yours. Well, it could be useful to go here, right? I mean, well, probably not. I think I'm going to move onto your board, and I think I'm going to put 1 here, which is 2 away from the sacred site.
Okay.
This gives me some good coverage and potentially places something in this jungle if that becomes a problem for any reason. I mean, I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
All right, and then I don't gain anything else, and now we just click gain, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And then I have 2 card plays still. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
want to
having
play
fun.
I want to play the defense 6. And then I have to think about what I want to do next. So are you planning on playing Lightning's Boon this turn?
Only if you have a reason for me to play it. I mean,
mean,
like Raging Storm is good, but I don't. It would. It's okay. So basically, what the difference is this: if you want me to play Lightning's Boon, you are disallowing me from playing Raging Storm because
yeah,
I won't have enough for it.
I don't think I need you to.
Okay, then I think you should probably save it
Okay.
because I could deal some damage instead, which might be good.
I think I'm just going to play a very defensive turn. My thought process is I'm going to defend onto your trouble wetland.
Yeah,
So
good
that should
idea.
be fully covered. It'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 against 6 defense. So that 1 extra point of attack doesn't do anything.
Right, they won't blight.
And then I'll also have them skip onto I'm not sure where I'll have them skip yet. I might have them skip to protect the Dahan, or maybe I'll skip a build, but either way, I'm going to have them skip something somewhere. Pay for that, and I'm ready.
All right, well, I'm going to play Raging Storm and I'm going to play Rain of Blood. These are both slow
Okay.
actions. And I'll pay for that and then ready. All right, you go first.
Okay, so I'll go first. So I'll go ahead and, like I said, I'll go ahead and defend 6 onto this wetland up here. And then I'll have them skip all actions. I don't really care too much if the Dahan dies.
Wow, what a good spirit you are.
Aren't I such a good, helpful
Good
spirit?
defender.
I think that's probably the best place to do it.
I think it is. Yeah, I'll save them. I'll be nice. Okay.
Okay. Oh, well. So I could play either of these as a fast card. I don't. So, okay.
Raging Storm, pretty good in your 1 mountain right now.
That's true, and they are going to ravage that eventually.
Yeah. They're about to build there, so if you kill both of the explorers, you do 1 damage to both of them, which kills them. They won't build there.
Okay, yeah, well, let's do that. Let's do that. So I'll play
Okay.
this as a fast action, and we'll
I'm
kill
just gonna
kill these explorers
put
right
that
here.
down.
Okay, so then Rain of Blood. I don't know what good waiting on this one does for me either, so I would use it here, obviously, and using it here would give us 3 fear. So I'll do that right now.
Yeah,
So we'll
that
just
seems
get
good.
3 fear.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so we are 3 away from another fear card.
Cool, and then that's the end of my turn, both of our turns.
Okay. So Invader phase, I didn't put a reminder, but I did remember. We start with a fear card that we generated from last time. Each player removes one explorer from a land with Dahan. Huh. Okay. Well, not
That
too impactful, but I guess we can both pick this land.
um, that's our only choice.
Looks like it's
So
our only choice.
yeah,
So
so
perfect. That takes care of that. So I guess I shouldn't have played this here, but it happens sometimes.
yeah, whatever.
Okay, so Ravage in the wetlands. So again, there's nothing here, but they wouldn't have done it anyway. This Explorer doesn't do enough damage to really make an impact. Nothing in this wetland. And then in this wetland, they are doing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage. And we're defending for 6, so that 1 extra damage isn't enough to be impactful. So we're all good there.
Cool.
Next, they are building in mountains. So they build into both of my mountains. And they only build into your 6 mountain because you took care of the other explorer.
Cool.
And finally, they are exploring into the jungle. So I guess good thing you put something in the jungle.
Yeah.
So they come from this city, they come from the neighboring town into both of these, and they come from the town into that jungle at the top.
Okay.
Okay, on to slow powers, which I don't have any.
I also don't have any.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Okay.
So that's it. Time passes.
All right.
All
Growth
right.
phase.
Looking at my cards here, and I'm trying to think about what do I kind of want to accomplish this turn. I think I probably need to reclaim here.
I was going
to
to
do
suggest
anything.
because your reclaim is nice because it does allow you to move a presence as well, so you can get up to 3 card plays like you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah, although I won't have the money for that, but so I'll probably go up to the 6 energy per
Okay.
turn, which is really good.
All right.
So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and reclaim all, and then I'm gonna be able to take a presence, and I can put it 2 away, up to 2 away from anywhere where I have presence. And I should do this now to remind myself. I'm defending 3 here, so I'm already covered there.
You defend 3 in every land where you have a sacred site.
Yeah, every land where I have a sacred site. Yep.
So you should add more of those.
Well, the problem is when the TTS mod cleans it up, it takes them off.
Okay.
So if I add them, I'd have to add them every time. So I typically for TTS just add them where
Sure.
they So where do I want to put this presence? I guess I could get more coverage into your area.
Probably. Yeah. I mean, you also could build sacred sites.
True. I could get myself ready to build a sacred site here. Let's do that.
Okay. All right, now it's my turn, so I get to pick a growth. I have been low on energy, although I have not. That hasn't really limited me from doing
Yeah,
anything.
I think you definitely need to reclaim.
I wanted to. Yeah, I do need to reclaim.
Yeah,
Well,
you
I
only
will
have one.
reclaim, gain an energy, and then I gain a power card. So, full beneath the hungry earth, we can just see people just fucking free falling into like a sinkhole, I guess.
Mhm.
That's kind of gnarly.
I like this one.
Right, that's what I'm looking at. If target land has your presence, 1 fear and 1 damage. Okay. If target land is sand or wetland, 1 damage. Well, the wetland disasters are ending for the time being, but could come into play later. Sand we haven't really seen in a while. And I mean, it's always something that could happen. Gaining fear and damage, I guess, is good too. Although it has no elements that benefit me. That is worth it. Well, it has water, which would benefit me later.
True.
Okay, savage maw beasts. If target land is jungle or wetland,
Which is coming up.
I would have. Yeah, it
Jungle.
is. I would get gain of fear and damage, and it's within one of a sacred site. Which I actually have.
interestingly enough, so you'll see that this card has a 3 claw requirement.
Yeah.
You could meet that now. You actually do have,
Okay.
with that card, you could potentially do that.
And that's additional damage. Well, I don't have a sacred... Well, I have Sacred Sight in range of a wetland. I could get one in a jungle. I mean, it's, you know, it's okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. The fire's good. And it is free. Then we have Entrancing Apparitions. It defends 2. If no invaders are present, gather up to 2. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's cool. Sure. It has air and water. That's cool. It's 1. That's good.
Gives you a defense option.
Yeah, defense is always good. I probably might actually go with that. None of these cards are great, in my opinion. Well, let's see. Illusions of Danger. I don't even know what's happening in the card here. It's just, I guess people just are getting afraid. I guess.
They're just being so diluted.
Right. That guy's so diluted, he's like sitting angrily and he's kind of doing like the Minor Threat album cover thing a little bit.
Right.
Push 1 Explorer or 2 Fear. Okay, well, sure. I mean, it's not bad. I think my best choice is Entrancing Apparitions because I like the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking either this one or this one are probably your best choice out of these 3.
I'm going to take the defense.
Okay.
All right.
So then we gain.
Right.
So that gains me 6. So I can pretty much play anything I want now.
All right, well, you do that first.
Okay, so I have a problem area here right now.
Yeah, because they're going to Ravage.
So I mean I could.
You can't.
I could play defensively.
You can defend.
Or I could play my Fruitful Earth Destruction combo. If I do that, though, I would need your help. I would need your Lightning's boon.
Let me take a look and see if what I would do then. Well, then you know what? Let me play first.
Okay.
So I can see if that's
yeah.
reasonable.
So what's your problem area? So they're about to build into your jungles. So this jungle will stack up a little bit.
Yeah.
But you do have ways to destroy the towns. So your problem area is also your 6 mountain, which again you have a lot of ways to destroy towns.
Okay. Well, let's assume that I use Lightning's boon.
Okay.
That drops me 1 energy, so I only have 3 to work with. You know what? I'm just gonna do it. I'll play it.
Okay.
It gives me fire and air. It's only 1. I think it's okay. And then, okay. So you're right. So jungle, mountain. These are the things I want to take care of right now. I guess there's this. I don't think that. I mean, it's kind of in a slightly better position. Well, actually, significantly better position than this one. So really, this is what I want to deal with. Well,
yeah.
Okay. Shatter Homestead would destroy a town.
Always good.
In the mountains, which, yeah, that is just good. I think I probably should do that. But let me see what else I can do. We also have Quicken the Earth Struggles, which is useless. So never mind. Rain of Blood is another good thing. Although, well, I mean, yeah, I could use it again to gain more fear. And it's free. I can play, 3 cards? I can play 3 cards, okay. Rain of Blood I should consider. Raging Storm.
Yeah, I feel like for you in this turn, getting to your Thundering Destruction seems pretty
right.
important.
Right, so that's with 3 fire and 2 air. Well,
so
I have 1 fire.
We need 2 more fire.
Yeah, so playing Rain of Blood blocks me from getting that. Okay, well, Raging Storm is good, but I think Shatter Homesteads is better right now. So
and then it would have to be one.
It would have to be one of one. So Harbingers of the Lightning doesn't cost anything. I guess it makes no difference now. I can push up to 2 Dahan. You gain a fear. If I push any Dahan into a land with towns or cities, okay. That's okay. I could push a Dahan here. I could also push a Dahan
Okay,
here.
yep.
Which would be better? I guess pushing one here would be better, right?
Probably, yeah. Usually keeping them collected as much as we can is good.
Alternatively, playing Quick in the Earth Struggles, I could do 1 damage to any or I could defend 10 on a sacred site. That again, that's useless for me right now, so I don't want to play that. That doesn't help me at all. Because it's only like on a sacred site. I have no sacred site in anywhere that's going to be getting attacked. That's useless for me. So yeah, I definitely want to do Harbingers of Lightning in that case.
Okay.
Okay,
Perfect.
well now it's your turn, so you can play slow cards as fast. Right. You can play slow cards as fast cards. Up to 2.
Okay, so then yeah, I think I'll do my combo here. So being able to gather up some Dahan and then do some damage. Although I don't need to. Oh no, I do need to because my Rituals of Destruction requirement is that the land has Dahan in it.
Yeah.
I won't make it to the 3 Dahan threshold this way, but I will be able to take care of this town, which will be good. Okay, so I will pay for that.
Well, hold
I'm
on.
ready.
I can push Dahan. Could we not get 3 Dahan into
True.
here? Could we not?
And actually, also, well, you do have some problem towns up here, but the other thing I was going to say is you could also theoretically destroy this town as well. Oh wait, no, it needs to be around a sacred site, so you can't. Yeah, you could push Dahan into here. I could do a ton of damage.
Well, how much? But I can only push 1 Dahan.
Well, but if I'm gathering 2, and then you would push
yeah.
1.
We should do. We should. I think we should do that then, right?
Okay, let's do that. Yeah, because I can bring explorers in, and we could like kill a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay. Well, you only have. Wait, you only have 2. Oh, you paid. Okay.
Yeah, I paid.
You can only play 2 cards. That's right. All right.
Okay.
Yep. So now it's the
All right.
fast actions. So I guess I'll let you go first. You can play them both as. Oh no
Okay,
no
so
no!
you're
Sorry. I want to move to Han first.
Okay.
So
you're
I'll
gonna
use
play this
Harbingers
as
of the
fast.
Lightning. Yeah, as a fast. Push up to 2 to Han. 1 fear if it's pushing a land with 2 cities or towns. That won't be happening, but I will push this to Han over here.
Oh, just 1. Fear if you push any Dahan into a land with a
town
or
that's a different. I was thinking of a different card. So yeah, we do gain a fear.
Like it's a fear.
I guess I'll just keep going since I went anyway.
Okay.
Shatter homesteads. I could also use now. I gain a fear and destroy a town, which I could do. I'd probably want to do this one.
Yeah,
Is that right?
So
Yeah.
They're about to ravage there.
Yeah. Actually, I can destroy 2 towns right now because I can also use Thundering Destruction as a fast.
Yep, you could.
So I'm going to destroy this and gain a fear.
Okay, so that's a fear from the card and a fear from the town, which
gives us a
you'll
fear.
see gets us a fear card and changes our victory condition.
Fantastic.
So now all we have to do is destroy their towns and cities to win.
Okay. I'm going to continue with my turn. So I have... Wait, actually, I finished. No, I didn't. So I want to use Thundering Destruction as a fast action.
Okay.
I have the conditions met to destroy a town, so I will destroy... I should destroy this town.
Yeah, that seems good.
There's also this one.
That's a city.
That's a city. Okay, I will destroy this town. All right, and that gains us a fear,
Okay.
I believe, right? So then that's the end of my turn. So now you use yours as fast actions. Right?
Okay, so mine can become fast, so I will have both of them become fast. So I'll start by gathering up to 2 explorers and then 2 Dahan into this mountain range. So I will pull them 1, and sure, I'll pull 1 from here too. And then I'll gather a Dahan from here and from here. Then I can target that land and do 5 damage, which kills 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, kills everything.
Right, good.
Sometimes let me do, so that kills a town, which gives us a fear, and then also kills the explorers. And then the card itself also gives us 2 more fear.
Okay.
Okay, that was a big turn.
That was a good turn.
Okay, invader phase. So we did get a fear card. So let's see. Now we are on terror level 2. So we look at this.
So we don't look at the first one. That one's...
Don't look at the first one,
Got it.
right? each player removes one explorer or town from an inland land, and an inland land is a land that does not, or that is not adjacent to the ocean.
Okay.
So an explorer or a town from an inland land.
Let you go first.
Well, I think I'll just go ahead and try to mitigate this area here. So I'm going to destroy this town. Does it say destroy or remove? Okay, so it says remove, which means we don't get the fear.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm going to take a look. So I can't do anything here, unfortunately. This is still bad. This is still bad.
Yeah.
But I can't do anything about it. I could remove an explorer from the mountains. They're building in the jungles.
Yeah, so you could
Remove
protect this one from building. Not this one though. This one is
That one's not inland, yeah. Okay. Well, I'll do that.
okay. Yeah,
So-
that seems good.
Delete. Okay.
Okay, perfect. So then they ravage in the mountains. So this is protected.
Yep.
Nothing in my 5 mountain. Nothing in your 1 mountain. And then in your 6 mountain, they're not doing enough damage to be consequential.
Good.
Building in the jungle. So nothing in my. Is that 6? Yeah, my 6 jungle. But they do build a town in the 2 jungle. They build a town on your 3 jungle. And then we protected the jungle back here.
Yep.
Then finally, they are ooh, ouch. That is the 2 card that you do not like to see. So they are exploring into every coastal land. And they are free to do that from the boat.
Jeez.
So they come off the boat from
Yeah.
the ocean. So they go here, here, and here. And they go here,
Oh,
here,
no.
and here.
This wetland is this is still really scary.
Yeah,
This
that is
bad.
very scary for sure. Okay, and they advance.
So gonna be
yeah,
ravaging. We're gonna be ravaging the
you-
jungles next.
I feel like you setting up a sacred site into here to be able to defend 10 might be important for us.
Yeah, but can I even do that? Yeah, I can with my
You could with your middle.
growth.
Yeah.
I'll
Okay,
do
so
that.
we go into slow, but I think we've played everything.
We have.
Oh, why is it saying that I... Oh, I did have my
Ooh.
power. I didn't even see this. So target spirit may repeat 1 power card with energy of 1 or less. So I
You can
will
repeat
then...
draw from the fruitful earth.
I could, or would you rather repeat your
Target spirit.
harbingers?
Push up the 2. I suppose so. Well, what could I do with that though? Harbinger is within 1 range, so I can't push these guys, which does suck. I mean, I could push these, I guess.
I could gather if I take it, I
No.
could gather some of this jungle stuff into here. I guess technically I could have done that fast. We could kind of like rewind time a little bit to say that I did that before they built there as well.
Right, which is what, yeah. Well, that would have to be the case because we're doing a fast action right now, so we're already rewinding time.
Okay,
Anyway.
so
Yeah, sure.
let's rewind time a little bit, and I'll say that I used it again so they would not have built, and they would have explored, but I could have pulled this one over here.
Yeah.
And I probably would have still. Well, no, I'll say I left the Dahan there. Probably wouldn't have known that, to be honest, but that's okay. Okay, cool. I'll have to pay more attention to that. I didn't know that I had the resources to be able to get to that yet. Okay, so we don't have any slow powers, so time passes.
Okay. You can go first.
Okay, so what do I want to take? I definitely don't need to reclaim. So I think I might, now that I have kind of the energy for it, I think I'm going to go ahead and try to take a major power here. So the way that it works is same way. I'm pulling 4 cards, and these are the big cards. You see they are pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for the same types of things. I still want them to have my elements, which unfortunately none of these do.
Well, they have the gray.
Oh, do they?
This
Oh,
one.
yes,
This one
one
does.
does. Okay, so that probably will be the one I take. But let's see what's going on here. Winds of Rust and Atrophy. This is a fast 3 away from a sacred site. 1 fear and defend 6. Replace a city with a town or a town with an explorer. I'll tell you, this card can be very good. Once we get to the victory condition where we just need to get rid of their cities, because we can just turn their city into a town and be done with it.
Okay.
So, still a pretty good card. I mean, defend 6. I do like defending.
True. And in the event that you have all those resources, you could do it twice.
Yeah, which I don't think will ever happen.
Sure.
Pillar of Living Flame, just fire. Wow, this is a really good card for you.
True.
If you would have gotten this. Okay, this is 2 away from a sacred site. 3 fear, 5 damage. If target land is a jungle or wetland, however, you have to add a blight. If you've generated 4 fire, another 2 fear, and another 5 damage. Wow.
Would be good for me. That would be good for me.
Mists of Oblivion. This is 3 away. 1 fear per town or city this power destroys. 1 damage to each invader. So probably not going to destroy anything with that. But if you had enough elements, this thing would do 3 to everybody, which would destroy a lot of stuff. So this is definitely not that good for me. I'm never going to get to that. And then finally, Paralyzing Fright. 1 away from a sacred site. 4 fear. Invaders skip all actions. Well, it is something that I do already, so I could have another card that does that. I'm never going to get to the 2 air though, or it's pretty unlikely with the hand I currently have.
You would need to gain a power card.
So I think I'm gonna actually go for the Winds of Rust and Atrophy here.
Yeah.
So when you take a major power, you'll see it says don't forget a power card. You have to get rid of a card already in your deck.
Mm-hmm.
And I think jungles and wetlands, although they are a problem literally right now, but I think for the most part we're kind of in a place where we've taken care of that. So I'm going to get rid of that Voracious Growth card I got earlier.
Okay.
Especially since it doesn't have a mountain on it.
Okay. So you're done with that?
So that was my gain of power, and then I can add a presence. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself up to 3 card plays a turn. And I'm going to stick that presence down into this land, which I will defend 3 on.
Perfect.
And anywhere else where I'm defending 3 that matters doesn't look like it. Okay.
All right. Well, okay. So I think I want to keep at it. I think I want to go with the middle choice again. I don't need to reclaim. I probably don't. I mean, it'd be good. You have a lot of fast cards.
Yeah, if you go middle option, you could defend 10 onto this wetland, although you don't need to do it now. You would need to do it next turn.
Yeah, I do want that, though, ability. So I'm going to do this. So I'm going to add a presence 0 away. So I have to choose a sacred site, basically. What would be best for me?
Well, no, you can do them in any order.
Well, oh.
So that's what I was saying. Like
you're saying to build one here, yeah,
down here, and then put a second one.
So we got 4 energy and now 4 card plays as well. I think that's probably what I'll do. So that gives me a sacred site. Okay, and then that's it.
Okay.
So now we gain.
Gain.
Okay.
And I have 3 card plays.
Well, good. I mean, Lightning's Boon is out for me, but all your cards are fast anyway.
Yeah, all of mine are fast
That's
now.
nice.
I have a lot of defense. So they're about to do 3, 4, 5, 6 here. So we need some more defense there.
Well, do you even have any attack? Yeah, kind of.
I could start reducing. I mean, I can defend like all of it pretty much.
Yeah, this defends 6, and it allows you to.
Yeah. So what if I'm trying to think here. Elements wise, if I play these, I get to my power again. So that could be good. And this would give us enough defense to handle this turn.
I think that's probably a better call than using Winds of Rust right now. Because replacing cities with towns and all that shit isn't really going to be necessary, especially like right now it isn't, especially if we're going to be defending this anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
why?
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. So sure, I'll play to get my power, which I'll have now. So I'll go ahead and play all that and pay. And I'm ready.
All right, so now I get to choose. So we could gain 3 fear. Where's that? That would give me air and water. Okay, well I can now play 4 cards. So potentially
one damage to each is pretty good right now for you.
Hold on, I can literally play all 4 of my cards.
You have the money for it?
Yeah, I have 5 energy.
Oh, wow.
So okay. I can play... How do I have 5 energy? Is that a mistake?
Well, you had 1 left over and you just got up to 4 a turn.
It leaves over? I didn't know it does that.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I'm going to do that? Well,
okay.
Well, hold on. Hold on. I'm not going to get 4 fire from that, so I don't need to. So let me see if that would actually be good. I do want to use this card. Defend 10. Or do I, actually? Maybe not. They're not going to attack there yet.
Yeah.
So I actually don't want to use that card. Okay, well, good that I checked then. Rain of Blood. I do want to use that. Gain some fear. Like, I want to use that. Gains fear. It's a good idea.
Well, I mean, if you... Well, yeah. I was going to say, if you play everything, you're probably going to reclaim next turn anyway, but also, you know, anything you don't play is saved energy for next turn. So if you don't need to play it...
That's exactly why I'm deciding I probably am not going to do that. Because I don't need to play this. I mean, it does 1 damage to the towns and cities. I mean, that's good.
Oh, I don't think I mentioned this, but any damage done in a round is healed at the very end of the round.
Okay, well then never mind. That isn't good. Well, it could be. I mean, it destroys the explorers. No, it only does it to the cities.
No, it doesn't.
Never mind.
Storm will. Storm will destroy the explorers.
Yeah, I'm going to use Storm. And then Entrancing Apparitions defends 2 from the range of 1. So would I want to do that? Well, you're already defending a lot. What are you going to defend?
So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to defend 6 here to cover this. Well, which opens up my guard the healing land to remove a blight somewhere.
Well, then we're good because they're attacking jungle.
Yeah,
and
so
there's
we're good.
Yeah, so we're good on defense. I'm not going to play anything else. I'm just going to play these 2 cards.
Okay, perfect.
And then that. Well, I didn't pay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, fast powers. You want me to go first?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm going to use my Nature's Resilience to defend 6 on this jungle, so that brings us up to 9 defense. Which opens up my guard the healing land to remove a blight 1 away from anywhere I have a sacred site. Thinking getting rid of this blight might be important.
Probably.
Okay, so I'll remove this blight. Again, that goes back to the card, and then, you know, again, I guess just for posterity, we defend 4 there, although it doesn't matter on this turn.
Okay.
And then finally, I can have invaders skip all actions in target land. So there are a lot of good options here. Probably keeping them from continuing to build here would be good.
Right, they're building coastal, yeah.
I mean, they're also going to rebuild here, which definitely is unfortunate.
I mean, look, the wetland 2 up there is getting just destroyed. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, I think so. Let's go ahead and not let them do anything. Okay. Oh, and then I have my thing. So I can have one of us repeat something with a cost of 1.
Well, why don't you wait until I play mine? And then decide.
Well, I think I'm gonna choose you because the only option I have is the defend 6, which doesn't do anything.
That's right.
So I'll let you play Rain of Blood twice.
Or we could do 1 damage to each invader twice. Would that help?
Well, it has to be right now. It's for my first level innate is just energy cost of 1 or less.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. Well, we'll do Rain of Blood twice. So that'll I'm playing it as a fast card. Yeah, that'll get us 6 fear.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that gets us 6 fear.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, and that will give us fear for the next thing. That's very good. And
Okay.
then Raging Storm. Do I want to play this? I mean, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I
Well,
feel like you have a lot of options with it. You can use it to stop them from building,
because look,
or you
because
could like mitigate this.
right. If I play this here, it'll kill the explorers. However,
Yep.
Especially if I reclaim. No, I don't. It's tough because the thing is, like, killing the explorers is good for the long term, though right now it doesn't really help because they're not going to do anything here, right? They're
Yeah.
defended.
So probably killing explorers in one of the lands that are about to build would be good.
Yeah,
To, like
but
shut down a build completely. So like this is taken care of, because even though this explorer just came out, it's going to try to fight the Dahan and die. So we could stop the build in this mountain or stop the build in either of these wetlands.
I'm going to do this because there's 2
Okay.
explorers, so this will take out more.
Okay.
I'm going to do that, so I'm going to delete. We played that as a fast.
Okay.
Perfect. And that, yeah, that's it.
I'm ready.
Okay, Invader.
Okay, Invader phase. So we did get a fear card. Invaders do not build in lands where Dahan outnumber towns or
Damn
cities.
it.
I don't know if that matters.
It didn't happen. That would have been good, but
Where Dahan outnumber.
no, that
Yeah,
doesn't happen anyway.
matter. Oh well. Okay, so Ravage in the jungle. So this jungle is defended.
Good.
This explorer does 1 damage to the Dahan, but then the Dahan kills it.
This
And
explorer is dead?
That explorer's dead, yep.
Okay.
And then nothing in that jungle in the back. Okay, so now we build into all coastal. So a town comes here. Another town comes here because there's already a city.
Here.
Nothing happens here. A town comes here.
Nothing happens here.
And nothing happens here because we had them skip everything. Okay, and finally they explore into both sands and wetlands. Ouch.
Okay.
So they come here from the town, here because of the town, here and here. I think you have some coverage though. This wetland builds, but this one cannot because there's no towns around it.
Yeah.
Or I mean explore, sorry. But this one can explore and this one gets skipped
Cool.
because of the ability.
God, these cards get rough.
Yeah, they do, and we only have 4 cards left, so we're
Yeah, we
buttoned
need to.
up against it.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't think we have anything slow.
No.
So let's go ahead and ready up into the next time passes. Okay.
All right. What do you want to do?
So I need to reclaim.
Yeah.
Then I can put a presence down. I don't think I can afford 4 card plays right now, so I'm just going to go ahead and get my next energy presence. And let's see, where do I want to put?
Would you lack coverage in some areas of my? Okay.
I'm gonna put myself there just because they're going to ravage soon.
Sure.
So they won't ravage now though. Where are they ravaging? They're ravaging coastal. So again, I defend here.
Yeah.
And that's the only one that matters. Okay.
Okay. So you're done.
Mhm.
All right. You well, I need to reclaim, I think.
Okay.
Well, hold on. And I probably do, but just to check, so I can defend 2.
Yeah, I think probably so, just so that way we can start picking stuff off again.
All right. Reclaim.
And you could probably afford a major now as well, too.
All right. So, Vengeance of the Dead.
A lot of fire, which is good.
This one is after each effect, 3 fear. After each effect that destroys towns, cities, and Dahan in target land, 1 damage per town, city, Dahan.
Oh, that seems very good for you.
Right. So that's is that For both
So
of
that
us,
would
each
be
effect that both of us play, or just each effect that I
just
play?
actually I think that's each of us.
It would be both.
I think it's both, yeah. And
So-
for you, I mean, you destroy towns so much that you would do a lot of damage, I feel like.
And if I have 3 claw, which I actually can have now, I think.
I think you can, yeah.
Damage from this power may be dealt into adjacent lands.
Oh,
Equivalent damage? That's pretty
so
good.
I think the way that this is worded, this damage, 1 damage per destroyed, would either be in that land or in an adjacent land of your choice.
Okay. That damage
That
is
seems pretty good.
spread amongst every invader in the land.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Power Storm. Could I reach the... No, I could not currently reach the extra requirement. Okay. Target spirit gains 3 energy. Once this turn, target may repeat a power card by paying its cost again.
Oh, I don't know if we have the energy for that.
Okay. Well, you gain 3 energy.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
So it's like I could basically just replenish. It's not bad. Could be used for both of us. It has some good things.
Could you play it again?
Infinite
loop?
I guess.
Just play it forever?
I guess. Target the land thrashes in furious pain. That's a good title. Ooh. I like that. Sounds like a lyric.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a black metal song or something. 2 damage per blight in target land. Plus 1 damage per blight in adjacent lands. Gets me some fire. Could I meet the requirements of that? I don't think I can. No,
Yeah, probably not.
Well, is it 3 gray? It's 3 gray, right? Yeah, no, I can't.
Yeah. You have 1 earth.
I mean, it's, it's cool. It would help in a situation where we have a blight that could spread. We could potentially stop it from spreading with this card.
Yep.
But why does it say per blight in target land? Can't there only be 1 blight in a target land?
Well, because when a blight spreads, the first thing that happens is a blight is added into that land, and then another blight is added into an adjacent land.
So, that takes 2 blights when that happens?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So that's where, things can really get out of control.
I mean, it's good. It's not really going to help us right now, but you never know what could happen. It's a good card.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then there's, though it is expensive, then there's Vigor of the Breaking Dawn. Like that Twilight film.
That's right, exactly. This is actually a scene from Twilight.
2 damage per Dahan in target land. We could stack this, because you have a card that does stuff.
Yeah, we could actually. And you could, in your fast phase, you could use your Harbingers to push Dahan.
Yeah, this one also, if I could meet these requirements, it would allow me to push things. But
yeah,
I'm not going to be able to.
Sun. Yeah. You have enough claw, but not enough animal. That's what the claw is.
I mean, it didn't stand out to me immediately, but this could be really good because we could stack this with multiple cards that we have. So I
feel like this could be really good. I feel like this could be really good.
After each
this could be good in the long term, but I don't know if we have the time to get there. Right now, we're actually pretty well managed on Blight, so that's not going to do a lot of damage.
Well, in that case, God, this is a tough call. The 3 fear of this also is an underrated element. 3 fear is good.
True. Yeah, that is true. We definitely need to start getting through the fear deck.
All right. Just on account of the fact that this card does not have fire, I'm going to pick this one.
Okay.
So
and
now
you
I have to forget
get
a power
rid of something.
So I have to pick my least favorite card. And really, I like all my cards. What's done me the least? I feel like Lightning's Boon is probably the least useful at this point. You have a lot of fast cards.
I agree with that. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But we did get a lot of value out of that for these.
True.
And we could continue to get value out of that. So that's a tough call. I haven't used entrancing apparitions yet. It does give me defense, although you're completely stacked on defense.
That's true, and it doesn't have a fire.
Yeah. Of my 2 cards that don't have fire, I vastly prefer Rain of Blood.
Yeah, I think that, especially now that you need the claw for this one.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of
The
entrancing
claw.
apparition. So I basically added this, never used it, and now I'm getting rid of it.
No, that's okay.
So where
It
do I
happens sometimes.
put it? Like
You could just put it off to the side, or yeah, you could put it
I'll
on
put it
where
here. It's a
mine is.
pile.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, now
Perfect. So that did you? Oh, and don't
I
forget
did
your
not
energy.
gain. So now
Okay,
we
and
gain.
then go ahead and gain. So I'm back up to 8 again.
Would
I
you
can
like to
play
play?
3
Would you
cards.
like to play first? I could play first. Well,
let's see. What's going on? So they're ravaging coastal, and then they're like building freaking everywhere.
okay. We need to
Yeah, I
protect
think
this.
Yeah,
And
so
this.
your defend 10 covers this.
Okay. Yeah, it
3,
does.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it covers that.
Then you want to cover this.
Yes, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And you're
So
defending
all I
3.
need to do is another 4 defense.
Right, because if the explorer were left alone, it would only do 1.
Yeah. Or alternatively, I could just have them skip.
Yeah. Well, you could do that in a number of places. I mean, you could skip. This would be easier to defend. You could skip. Right? This one requires potential. Well, actually, no. Which one requires less defense? This one requires 4 defense. This one requires 3. So actually, this is easier to defend.
Mm.
So maybe if you could defend this, skip this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could do either. I don't know how much defense you have. You do have a lot, but
I also feel like it might just be worth getting a blight at this point. Not in the one we're at, but at this one. Just to start maybe focusing on some damage. Because what I'm thinking is I might Winds of Rust and Atrophy where we are, that covers it. And then do my gather and a whole bunch of damage. Plus maybe if you could play Harbingers, or you don't have to, but if you could, then I could start like working into here and killing off some stuff.
would you want Lightning's Boon for these? Would you like to play them fast?
No, I don't think we need to play them fast.
Okay.
But I maybe would like Harbingers to help
Sure.
be able to do the 5
Well,
damage.
but we have to consider how many blights we're willing to take. Like, are you prepared to defend this so far?
Yes.
You
I'll do this to defend that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the only blight we would take would be on my board would be this one.
Yeah.
So then on your board we have
I have to defend,
this,
yeah.
which I think you're good.
Yeah.
Well,
hold on. If I play Harbingers, I can only play 4. I can play 4 cards. If I play Harbingers, let's start. We're supposed to be able to do this at the same time, right? So
yeah.
So if I play Harbingers, that drops me down to 3 cards that I have left. Then you would want me to play Quicken the Earth Struggles to defend 10.
Right. Oh well, if you do that and you play like homesteads, at least you're able to destroy 2 towns this turn, which really helps us clean up this and helps us clean up your mountain.
Why can I destroy 2?
Because you'll get your Thundering Destruction.
Yeah.
And you'll get your homesteads.
Oh.
And then if you play one more fire, you could even destroy a city.
That's true. So okay. So Shatter Homestead.
Yep, so that gets you to at least being able to destroy a town from homesteads and destruction.
And let's see, that's down 3 energy, and I still have 4 left over. So, Vengeance of the Dead, probably not useful so far. Maybe?
Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be destroying enough stuff in one spot yet.
And also, I could combo Claw later, but I won't be able to do that this turn with what I'm playing.
Yep. Good.
Rain of Blood would be nice. We can keep knocking out Fear.
Yeah, Rain of Blood's probably
That's probably the play.
the play.
Well, no, then I wouldn't have 4 fire.
You don't need it though, because if you could destroy town here,
Mm-hmm.
we'd still get a blight, but we'd at least start working on the fear deck. And you could destroy town here.
No, but they're gonna build wetland right after. Well, I guess yeah, it means they'll only still have 1 town there.
Okay, yeah, well, I guess if they're gonna build wetland after, the other option is, because this is gonna blight anyway, we let it blight, and then if you had another fire, you could destroy the city. It's up to you, though. I mean, fear is good, also. Or
So Raging Storm would be the other fire, which I can afford. 1 damage to each invader. But as for the power of that, I don't know how much good it does me. Well, I mean, using it here gets rid of 3 explorers.
yeah,
But it's how much damage would I take? So this is undefended. No, it isn't. Actually,
so you have your defend 10 on it.
right. Well, well then Raging Storm could be nice. It would at least get rid of the explorers there, and it has fire. The other option is Vengeance of the Dead, but again, I don't know if that does anything right now. After each effect that destroys towns, cities, and Dahan and target land, 1 damage. So what'll that? So in this case, that's a fast action. So that's played during the fast turn. So during the fast turn, how much are we destroying? Are we destroying anything on the fast turn?
Well, you're probably at least destroying a town somewhere.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with Raging Storm.
So I mean, I guess the combo of Homestead, Vengeance could completely wipe out this land, because you would destroy the town, and then is it 1 damage per thing destroyed?
1 damage per
okay,
destroyed.
So it wouldn't completely wipe it out, but it would stop it from blighting.
Well, I like that. I mean, yeah, okay. I'm defending the other land. I like that. I'm defending the other land, so I don't need to.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay. Well, then pay. You haven't paid. But you also haven't finished. Well, yeah, you have. Well, no, I think you were kind of...
I think I'm good.
Okay.
This seems good. Pay and flip. Okay, so I'll go first. I only have 1 fast thing to do. So I get 1 fear. And we are defending an additional 6 to bring this jungle up to 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 damage against 9 defense. And then I can turn a city into a town, or a town into a explorer. So I will just go ahead and turn this city into a town.
Okay. Now for me, I could do everything.
Ooh, and I have this.
Oh.
So which one of us does it make more sense to repeat?
Well...
Oh, I could repeat. I could repeat this, and then I wouldn't even need you to play Harbingers. Maybe you could play Rain of Blood instead to get this thing. I don't know how useful that is.
Damage from this power may be dealt into adjacent lands. Does that even help at all? We wanted to use that for this anyway.
Yeah, I don't know if it really helps that much. So what would you be able to repeat? You could repeat your Harbingers.
I could repeat Harbingers. I could repeat Homestead. I could repeat...
You could do two damage. That would kill...
No. I need to defend 10.
Yeah, I think you need to defend.
So there is this. So that's
no,
2...
Can't repeat that. That's too expensive.
Oh.
I still only have the one where it has to be 1 or less. So it's either I'm repeating Gather up to 2 Explorers, 2 Dahan, or you're repeating...
So I could repeat Harbingers. So it's...
Okay.
Well, we decided
think I'd give
that...
it to you.
Yeah, give it to me.
Yeah.
So then I could do everything right now, couldn't I? Well, we want to save Harbingers.
No, you can do Harbingers.
No, that's a fast action for you. Yeah, okay. Then yeah, I actually do need to do Harbingers. Well, we'll do Harbingers then. So what do you want me to do with it? Because you suggested it anyway. What did you want me to do?
So I need you to pull 1 thing into here. Just 1.
Push
I mean, you could pull 2
Dahan.
if you want.
And if I push into a...
Yeah, so you would like push from here into here.
Well, why would I not want to push 2?
I mean, you could push 2. That works too.
Okay. 1.
I can gather up to 2, so you don't need to. But...
Okay, they just stacked. So now I gain we gain a fear for that for the card.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you can do it again.
I can do it again. So I can push.
Oh, you could bring these Dahan into here. This land will be fully defended, so the Dahan will be able to do 4 damage.
Okay, yeah, alright. Good idea. So that's that. That means
Okay.
another fear.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Then I have Quicken the
Defend
Earth
10.
struggles to defend 10. So we're defending 10 on that for sure.
Okay.
Shatter Homesteads. 1 fear, destroy a town. That's in range of a sacred site. Wait, no, you wanted me to use that here, but I can't.
Oh,
It's range
wow,
2
that's right.
of a. Okay. Well, I mean, I can do this.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Sure. So we'll destroy that. Gain a fear. Gain 2 fear, actually, because I destroyed that for 1 fear. Gain another fear for homesteads.
Okay, so then where do you want to use this one then? Probably in just the same land and wipe it out, right? Or if that's the case, do you want to say you played Rain of Blood or Storm instead?
Raging Storm, 1 damage to each invader. I don't.
It does give you a 4th fire though, which would allow you to destroy a city.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. It's a little mea culpa, and
But
it's the same price, right? So it's all.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, so then
1 damage to each invader. Well, yeah. So we're wiping out this? I mean, sure.
Well, you only have 3 air, so do you want to use this now, or do you want to destroy a town or a city now?
Wait, I thought that it doesn't exhaust the
It
resources.
doesn't, but you've already played these 2 fast, so you only have 1 more fast.
Oh.
Because remember, your innate is
Yeah.
for every air you have, you may
Right.
use a slow. You only have 3 air right now.
I mean, either way, it's not going to matter next turn, whichever one I do. Because the only city to destroy is this, which I can do, but if I don't, it won't do anything.
Yeah.
Whatever, fine, sure. We'll play it as a fast.
Yeah, so I guess. Well, you could. What is 1 damage away anywhere? So you could kill this guy so they don't build, or you could kill this guy so they don't build,
Hold on.
or even these so they don't build. So I feel like actually Storm fast is probably the best option here.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Just break one of the abilities to build?
Yeah, so that would be what, here, 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 or here.
What would be best? This, I mean, this has blight. This also has blight.
Mm-hmm.
We're getting
I'm
blighted.
gonna defend 3 here, so I'll defend this one.
Oh yeah. Then we'll do this.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so that's all of our fast.
Yep.
So then we go to, so you want to, until you're ready.
Okay.
Okay, so we don't have a fear card. So first we ravage in the wetlands, so this does get blighted. We're defended here, so we're good there, and this damage is inconsequential. Nothing here. We're fully defended there, and then the Dahan deal 4 damage, so you can choose how that damage is dealt.
What would be best?
Probably City and Explorer, just because we get more fear that way.
Okay. So
When we
that's
kill
2
a
fear.
city, when we get we get 2 fear. Okay, and then this Explorer does 1 damage to the Dahan, but then the Dahan kills it. So that Explorer is dead.
But the Dahan dies too. Oh no, you just damaged it.
Yeah, it only got damaged. Okay. Sand and wetland builds. Oh gosh. Okay, so city here, town here, city here,
Jesus. Oh,
town
it just got
here,
leveled.
town here,
Oh my god.
city here,
Jesus.
town here. And they are exploring into the mountain and the jungle. Okay, so here, here, here,
Oh my
here,
god.
here. Ouch.
What do we even do? What do we do?
Well, we just need to get to this third
All right.
terror.
I'm focused on getting fear.
Yeah, we got to get that fear
We
down
gotta
for
get fear.
sure.
Which is nice because I've been doing that already. I feel
Okay,
like I've been,
anything slow? Oh, I have slow stuff.
yeah.
Perfect. You don't have to clean it up, remember? It'll clean it up by itself.
Yeah,
Okay,
well,
so I'm going to gather up to 2 explorers. So let's come from here and from here. Gather up to 2 Dahan. I think there's only this one. And then I'm going to deal 5 damage. So that's enough to kill both the city and the town, which gives us 1, 2, 3 fear, plus another 2 fear from the card itself.
cool.
And that is my slow phase stuff. And you have this. You may destroy either a town or a city.
Town or a city. So, well, this one gets us more fear.
Okay.
So does this. Hold on. This
Well,
is
it
blighted.
can't be this one,
It
right?
can't be that one. You're right. Wait. Right. Within range of a sacred.
Knight. Yeah.
All right. Well, we're getting this one. So then that's
Okay.
2 fear.
Another 2 fear. Okay, so we're working through it.
Yeah.
And once we get this terror threshold, the victory condition is a check immediately. So at the time that comes out, if there are no cities, we will win right away.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I think we probably can get there. Okay.
I need a bathroom break.
Okay, perfect.
You need to entertain chat.
Okay. Chat, I'm gonna clean
Okay.
up. Time is going to pass. We are big lumbering spirits now. Mighty are we, the rock and the lightning, fighting the invaders. I just am gonna take a look at my board here, chat, and think a little bit about what I want to do. I think that I'm in a position now where I feel like it's important to try to just win outright. And I think to do that, I just need to take my cards back and just try to make the invaders afraid. So I'm going to do that. And I guess I'll just do that while Dawn is taking a bathroom break. So to do that, I'm going to take all of my cards back. And I'm going to put a presence 2 away. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I won't have enough to play 4. Well, 3, 6, 7, 8. I could theoretically play 4 cards. But let's take the energy for now. And where do I want to put that down? I don't think anywhere I put it down right now really is that impactful. Let's see. Got a lot of problems on our board right now. Spending 3 there.
Hello, I'm back. Do you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Defending 3 here. Sands and wetlands. Defending 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so that's a problem.
You're defending 3 here, aren't you?
They're not technically, yes, but they're not ravaging there.
Right. Okay. Sand and wetland. Okay.
Guess I'll just keep moving onto your board a bit. Okay. I took my growth.
All right. Then I probably should reclaim, but I can't move any more presents. But I kind of need to reclaim. Unless you can cover. Because I have Vengeance of the Dead. I can't. I should reclaim.
I might be able to cover. Let's take a look. Definitely got to do a lot of. I'm about to have 9 energy and 3 card plays.
Okay.
Where we have a lot of problem sites though. So are you going to be able to at least destroy a town if you play what you have? No. Okay. But I could.
I can gain 5 fear. Well, no, I could gain potentially.
We play these.
I could gain potentially 6 fear.
Okay. And we play like this, maybe? What does that look like? That gets my first ability.
I'm trying to
Bring a
make
whole
sure
bunch of stuff here.
you're defeating anything with Blight that's gonna attack.
Yeah, I'm taking a look. 3 could come down, and that's 5, but it's still blights. Yeah, I think it's going to be hard for me to cover the whole board.
All right, I'll reclaim.
But also, if we can, like, even if we get a lot of blight, we might be able to just win if we can generate enough fear and kill their cities this turn.
Yeah, but can we do that?
Well, I can definitely kill their city. Oh, actually, I think we can win outright here.
Really?
Because the only city we have on the board is this one, right?
Yes.
And we only need 2 more fear to get to the point where we need to only have killed their cities. So if you can play Lightning's Boon, which you do have, I can bring the Dahan, do 5 damage, or even simpler, I could just turn their city into a thing. But we do need the fear from the city, I think, for this to work. So I could gather the Dahan, do 5 damage, and get the fear, and I think we'll win.
Okay. Well, just for posterity's sake, I have to do my growth.
Let's give it a try.
Well, hold on, I have to do my growth, so because of that, I'm gonna go ahead and gain 3 energy and just add 1 presence.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll go for energy because I don't even have 4 cards to play, so I'm already at. Well, I mean,
Probably getting a sacred site here.
hold up. What's the range? Within 1. Okay, then yeah, that's. So that's that, and then I gain 3, and then in addition to that, I gain. So now that's, yeah, okay. Well then, I'm gonna play Rain of Blood. You want me to play Lightning's Boon, Vengeance of the Dead as well. That's all I can even do. All right.
Okay, so if you give me Lightning's Boon,
Okay, I've done that.
so I can make both of these fast. I can also repeat my Draw of the Fruitful Earth. So I'm going to gather 2 explorers into this land and then 2 Dahan. And then again, I'll gather 2 explorers just for fun and up to 2 Dahan. So now there are 3 Dahan here. I'll use my ritual to do 2 damage, but because there are 3 Dahan, it's actually 5 damage.
As well as 2 fear.
Which kills this city and this town, giving us 1-2 fear, and we win.
Nice!
Wow, okay, and just chat, because the big thing came up and it wasn't very clear. What happened there was we were 1 fear card away from getting them to the 3rd terror level. So the invaders were very, very afraid of us. And at the 3rd terror level, destroying their cities are enough to make them afraid enough to leave our island forever. So what happened was we were only 2 fear away from getting there. When I killed their city, we got the fear that we needed, and because there are no cities on the board anymore, now the invaders are afraid and they're leaving our island for good.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Well, that was
we
good.
did it.
We scared them off our island.
We did.
So here they all go.
Bye. Right, here they all go.
Okay. That flip was very weird
Our-
on my screen because I was.
Our island goes into the void forever.
Oh, and it's
we
back.
were sacrificed.
Oh, it's back.
Sacrifice
Oh, it's
victory.
oh, it's back again. Okay. Oh, there it is again.
Okay. Well, thanks for playing. It's pretty late on my coast. I think that it would be worth hopefully playing another one before we go into the podcast. What I'll say is in the next play session, I'm hoping to. You don't have to, but I want to show off what some of the higher complexity spirits look like. They do some very interesting things, but definitely require a little more game knowledge. For instance, as an example, one of the spirits represents the ocean, and their presence is always connected to the ocean. They can only go out to the coast, and then they go out in a wave and come back into the ocean as a part of their growth. So they're always kind of going out and in. But the special thing about them is they can pull things into the ocean and drown them. So there are some pretty unique, interesting spirits like that, but definitely require a little more forethought and planning. So I'm hoping in the next session, at least I will show you what that looks like.
Well, I could move to a medium level spirit, and you can show something higher.
Sure. Yeah, you can. I'll probably have you play maybe Thunder Speaker, though, as was mentioned in the story for your spirit, actually, and maybe this is a little thematic that you will be playing them. Thunder Speaker is the child of Lightning Swift Strike. Thunder Speaker is like half spirit, half Dahan, and their whole thing is they are kind of a leader of the Dahan, and your presence move around the board with the Dahan. So you actually literally are moving your presence around and traveling with the Dahan.
Okay. Well, it was a fun game. It's nice to play a cooperative board game.
Well, it wasn't fun. Because I don't know if it was fun or not. We can't talk about it.
Well...
Oh, you're talking about Tabletop Simulator.
Tabletop Simulator was a fun game.
Right, exactly. But who knows about Spirit Island? Maybe it was or was not fun. We will find out in the podcast.
I think that podcast rule is running into conflicts with how we've been doing this. But,
yep.
Yeah, I didn't listen. I thought Tabletop Simulator was a really fun game. I really enjoyed Tabletop Simulator. I thought that the physics...
Did you like the way that the table flipped?
Well, that would be my one con, actually, because I don't know about on your end, but on my end, the table didn't really flip so much as it entered like a portal loop. You know, and in Portal, you put a portal at the top, and it kind of did that. I was a little weird.
Wait, that's not how your tables flip in real life?
No, but by the way you're saying that, I assume you've had experience, so maybe...
Yeah, all of my tables flip like that.
Okay, well, all right. Well, it's still realistic then. Just not true to my experience. I wasn't able to relate to it, maybe is what I should say, so... I didn't find it super relatable, and thus it wasn't very accessible for me.
Hashtag relatable.
But the rest of Tabletop Simulator, A+. So that's going to round out to a nice F. And I thought this game was just terrible. Well, F for fun, but it was terrible.
Well, so it's F on the scale of the entire 26-letter alphabet.
Yes.
So actually, it's quite high, if you think about it. Where A is the highest letter.
Well, yeah, but if Z is the highest, then it's quite low. So it really it's all about perspective, and that's really the theme of tonight's stream.
Yes. We took on the perspective of spirits protecting the land.
Right.
And thank you, chat, for watching our perspective.
All right. Well, hey, everybody. I'll be back in 2 nights with something. Steven and I will do Tabletop Sim streams every now and again. And hopefully, if we're able to, stream another session of this game at some point before Get Wrecked, which will be a little bit late. It'll be a couple days late, at least. Up to a week late. This time. Yeah. Okay, well, I think that's it for stream. Yeah?
Bye.
Bye, everyone.